Hello everyone, welcome to What If Deku Became the New Red Dragon Emperor and Made Harem with Yasaka Movie. Before we start, please go support Victor Van Helsing 6 for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made, there will be some mistaken character's gender, but of course Deku is a male. The death of a hero, the rise of another P1. Narrator. At the base of the factions a package arrives after the sealing of the Trioxa. Issei was calm until the factions mistake him for a traitor. In the video, Issei is seen with Risavan planning something else is not seen anymore. Surziches. Damn traitor will pay dearly for his betrayal. Miguel. I never thought that someone who was an ally could be so mean, he's not like that. Azazel. Azazel. I'm going to dismember him. He was my student and I considered him a great friend and he betrays us. Damn, we'll kill you, Issei. Riaz. After swearing my eternal love, this bastard sells us out with Risavan, I will never forgive him. Entourage GE. We never thought this about the traitor. Hennig. He will die as what a traitor he is. Gabriel. I never thought I would say this, but he will die I swear. Surziches. So this is the plan, your demon, give this to Haidu Issei and tell him that we will see each other in the territory of Taining Rapido. Narrator. In the human world, Issei was buying some gifts for the last few girls he needed, Roswas, Kunu and Yuzaka, to finally declare his love, but at that moment, a demon gave him a letter. Demon. My lord Issei Tome. Surziches Issei, I'm waiting for you in the Taining territory urgently. Issei narrates. Since it was urgent, I kept the things and the holograms for them in the room where the girls and I slept and went with Surziches. When I arrived I shouted. Issei. Mr. Surziches, why am I standing here? Tell me. Surziches was in front of him, but when he turned around, he looked angry. Surziches. Traitor dies crimson destruction. Damn me that I trusted you with my sister, and you betrayed us. Damn it. Issei masterfully deflected the first one, and Surziches threw another power attack that almost hit Issei. Issei. What's wrong with you, Surziches Sama? I would never betray you. Michael. You lie, traitor, you spear heavenly light. Narrator. Issei moved quickly and dodged the spears which made a huge crater. Issei. Miguel will never attack you, think it wasn't me, someone betrayed me, and now Haya. Narrator. A powerful lightning bolt passed through Issei's shoulder and he fell to the ground with his shoulder bloodied and a pained expression on his face. Akeno. Traitor, I gave you my heart and you betray me. Zenobia. Damn monster. Brushing at Issei with her duandal but was repelled by the step Issei put up to defend himself. Greg. I understand your hatred, but my comrade never did what you say, damn be careful Issei. Narrator. Issei moved quickly, managing to dodge another spear of light, but this one hit him almost directly, getting up with his back burned and seeing Pennig and Azazel angry. Azazel. Cursed traitor dies spears of light. Pennig. I was going to declare myself today, but I don't die a traitor. Narrator. At that moment, Pennig and Azazel created a huge spear of light and threw it at Issei. Drag. Come on boy, they're really fighting. Issei see drag balance breaker boosted gear dividing. Divide. When the spear reached Issei, he gave it a blow. Damn, I never let you down, I never thought of doing that, I will never be a pervert, a distracted person, but never, ever a traitor. Issei narrates. The day was terrible, the overlords of the factions wanted me dead, and I was very badly injured. Surches. Traitor, you were always with Risavan, it's time to die traitor. Crimson Ruin. The enormous fear of energy hit full on and the other demons, angels and fallen angels, attacked the dragons like Taining and Tiamat also attacked, and the powerful volley also dividing the power of the sequiryute, but he defended himself. The chestnut's different ex-fiancés attacked him mercilessly, the power of the three factions and the women together with the dragons, left the sequiryute in a bad position, which with its forces stopped everything, but this one entered its crimson cardinal state. Issei narrates. But after an imposing battle I managed to defeat everyone but Surziches, Miguel and Azazel attacked at the same time. My body could not move and when it crashed against me that created a huge explosion, falling very badly, losing his senses, but he heard the overlords of the factions. Surches. Traitor dies. Michael. May my father forgive you for your sins, traitor. Azazel. Suffers in hell, cursed monster. Riaz. Goodbye pervert. Exram. Goodbye stupid traitor. Narrator. Hiba disappearing when 4 people arrived and he saw them. Kunu, Yuzaka, Rosswise and Aden. Hayr. Issei and oh. Aden. Boy nuevo. Issei. With my last strength I told Drag my last will. Issei. Look for a person capable of avenging this evil friend, don't give up, look for someone who can give good use to my soul and your power Drag, I know you can do it, I thank you very much Drag, never forget I am your best friend, goodbye Draig GG. Drag. No I this disappearing and the soul of Issei entered the jewel of the boosted gear and is ascendio to the sky and the imposing gem shone like a green sun and said I am the one who will plunge the factions into despair. I am the one who destroys evil and loves goodness. He who carries the Red Emperor Dragon will be the reborn hero of a soul that was denied life and happiness. I am the Red Emperor Dragon. Shining more and this disappeared in the firmament. Narrator. That chant touched everyone's bones and the boosted gear went to the human world disappearing until it found the right person on the battlefield. The three women cried for her loss. Kuni Yasaka Rasuis. No because. Yasaka. You damn bitch looking at Rias. Auden. Stopping no wait they have a lot to tell us go home and I will see things with your daughter and what happened here Surzich tell me what the hell happened here. Surzich. We killed a traitor. Auden. Tell me, did you investigate? Do you have proof? Tell me Surzich. Surzich. Yes, I'll show them tomorrow. Narrator. The next morning after Issei's death, much evidence was found that Issei was innocent. Pastillo Gremory 9:32 am. Narrator. The faction leaders were saying that Issei was a traitor at that moment they present the video and the first to speak was Kunu. Kunu. Is no es Issei. Surzich. How is that possible? He is Issei Kunu. He is the one you don't see. Kunu. So tell me this Roswis try one when you realized the inconsistencies in the video you saw. Roswis. When I analyzed the video, I saw many inconsistencies such as the height and the cuts the video had. It is separated into 15 parts which shows that it was assembled with many short videos and then magically joined together. Kunu. The second test is this. This is a video where Issei and I are giving my mother the alliance papers. Watch it and tell me if it's a montage. Narrator. In the video you can see the factions and Issei handing over the agreement with the factions and you can see the same thing as in the betrayal video and that leaves the factions astonished, there are already those present. Kunu. So tell me, is the video scene here a montage or not? Miguel. We were so blinded by the betrayal that we didn't notice this. Surzich. How is it possible that we didn't check it before, that's it. Azazel. What did we do? Narrator. The mass could not believe what Kunu saw, something that made the mass become vile trash, because the new queen of the Yakes had seen the details of the video making them blame Issei, and they saw that the one in the recording was a farce, and they did not notice it. It was also discovered that the tape was altered, and that in the tape, Issei was not Issei, but another person close to Re7. Kunu. How is it possible that they don't notice so many inconsistencies? Roswis. That was not from resonant people but from stupid people. Issei was everything in you, because of your hatred and stupidity, were blinded and did not see the reality of the hate factions. Surziches. We kill the pillar of the factions that we will now make the alliance if we kill our ace up our sleeve. Miguel. I feel worse than a cockroach. We should have investigated more and not blamed him for everything. Azazel. Please Kunu don't say anything to your mother yet and Roswis please don't say anything to Auden we can't tell him about this big mistake. Auden. They shouldn't call me damned and what a mistake to kill an innocent without proof, that's low even for you Surziches, but I didn't think that of you Azazel and much less of you Miguel, it disgusts me to see you talking and crying over the death of a comrade, that's hypocritical, I'll kill you. Roswis. No Auden-sama, she will be the one to judge them. Narrator. With a powerful kick, the door flew out and two eyes red as fire and an aura of death were seen behind that person, and that hairy Yasaka. Yasaka. How is it possible that you killed my savior, the one who gave his life for you? That's cowardly. Never enter my city or my territory because I swear I will finish you off. Come on, Kunu, Roswis. Betrayal is in the air here. A magic circle appeared below them and they disappeared. Searches. We made a big mistake with our pillar of peace. He was always fair, even though his way of thinking was always somewhat introverted. Miguel. It will be very necessary, don't you think? And if Yuzaka really said it, she will kill us one by one. Azazel. Boy, I should have trusted you more, I'm sorry. Riaz. I'm leaving crying. Bremery entourage. Wait President. Leaving the room. Auden. I take it you never verified your evidence, right? In an angry tone. Surziches. Well no. Auden. Then I withdraw from the alliance. I never thought they would be so low to eliminate the one who saved us all. I think I agree, Yasaka. Surziches. No please wait Auden. Auden. I'm leaving too, I have nothing to do and with the loss of Issei, I'm also leaving the alliance if they dare to enter Asgard they will die. Narrator. In the more exact human world in the house of the chestnut Yasaka, Kunu and Roswis were in the huge room where there were several gifts, suits and other things among them there were 3 with the names of those present. They opened the chests and in the middle of these was a ring. Yasaka's is a fox covered in white diamonds and its eyes were 2 rubies. Kunu's was a heart with a green fox and blue eyes and Roswus's was a sword inlet with ruby, diamond and emerald. Inside these was a magic circuit where a hologram could be seen. HSA. Yes, it is already. Oh, excuse me, I know I should tell you this in person. You should know it was always difficult for me to tell you that I love you. I know it doesn't have the same impact as when it is said face to face, but this is like a declaration of love. I think it would be very important to see each other. I know you will be free, but this is like an invitation to go out in a marriage proposal. I know you understand me, and I wait patiently for your response. Goodbye, sincerely, Hayadu. Say and know that I will love you no matter if I have to return from the dead to be with you again. Narrator. They were crying seeing that dead person and him telling you that he will love you no matter if he dies, but the image freezes. And disappears at that moment. Riaz and his entourage appear on the scene. Kunu. You damn, I will never forgive you, mom, let's go crying while she got up and each one takes their chests. Roswus. What you will see will haunt you for the rest of your long lives, I swear. Disappearing, and Riaz was completely disoriented by what she saw, which affected her the most along with the other women. Narrator. Since that betrayal, 50 years have passed. Risavan was eliminated by the factions, but Yasaka moved with her daughter near the sea. But now that the human species has developed again, 1 year after the death of Issei in China, a child who shone like a lantern, demons, angels and fallen angels, saw their opportunity to create new humans with powers, but from among them an enemy came out who discovered them. His name was All for One, and he was a terrible enemy for the factions, the Asgardians and Yakes. They allied themselves again just to stop the powerful enemy, but a woman was able to stop All for One, but with her sacrifice. A few years later, the League of Heroes was founded and there was born a hero called Almight. His power was compared to that of the powerful All for One, but he was nicknamed the Pillar of Peace. The Yakes and Asgardians separated and Kunu became a girl to search for the sequiryute. For years she searched for him, but she never found any traces of him. She moved from city to city, but she could never find him. A long time ago and now she is in the city of heroes, discouraged and with the only hope of finding him. Kunu. Back in kindergarten. Yasaka. I know it's tedious, but please find it. If while I direct the Yake someone will come to pick you up and bring you, and if you find it, what will you do? Kunu. I'll be happy, I swear, mom. Yasaka. You know, after a few more days your tail, ears and your flame power appear, understood Kunu? Kunu. Yes, mom, see you. Narrator. Yasaka was walking towards the exit when a green-haired boy tripped and hugged the woman's hip and said. Excuse me, miss, I didn't notice. Yasaka. No problem, tell me what your name is and why you're coming alone. Getting down to her level. My name is Izuku Midoriya. And my mom told me that I'm useless for not having a quirk, but when Yasaka saw it a dragon appeared behind it and she was surprised. Yasaka. Tell me, can I accompany you? My daughter Kunu recently arrived and I need someone to show her around. Also, if your mother doesn't like your presence, I'll give you my house. Licking her lips insistently. Let's go. Narrator. Walking in, his hand was hit by a thin, green-haired woman who grabbed the boy and threw him back, knocking him to the ground. Yasaka. Calm yoga, he's a child. Pushing her away. What's wrong with him? Picking up Izuku. Izuku, you're so small. How dare you hurt a child? Showing his ears and 9 tails, waving his red eyes with slanted pupils. His teeth grew, and he protected Izuku like a fox protects its cub. Never treat this boy with pity in my presence because I'm making her nails grow and putting her sharp nails to his throat will kill you. Ha, if not, don't worry, I'll never touch it again. If you want to keep it, I'll give it to you. But Yasaka grabbed her by the shirt. Yasaka. But first, tell me your name, bitch. Inkomi Midoriya, that's my name, bitch. Yasaka. What the buck? Has disappeared and reappeared in front of her. I would think twice before saying that because I detected 2 scents on you, one from your husband and the other. Oh, tell me who you sleep with. Inko. For now you win and you don't even come home, useless Makise. Yasaka. I warned you. She created a small sphere of energy on her index finger and then took it with her hand and crashed it near her, making a huge crater. If you say another word I'll kill you. Narrator. Inko ran away scared and left Izuku behind, who was crying. Izuku. Because he doesn't love me. He was hugged by Yasaka, who submerged him between her enormous breasts and said. Yasaka. Everything is fine, Izuku, don't worry, I'll be your mother and my daughter your sister. Izuku. Thank you, mom. Oh, excuse me, Miss Yasaka. Yasaka. You look so cute like that, Narrator. At that moment a lackey of Re7 tried to kill Yasaka and Izuku saw it as if in slow motion and something in Izuku woke up hearing the sound of a heart beating. This exploded in power and repelled the man with a magic shield. Man. What is this power? That is the not impossible the sequiryute, but he has been dead for more than 50 years. Narrator. In front of the man and Yasaka is Izuku, but he became bigger and a resonant and terrifying voice came out of the gem on his arm with lost eyes. Izuku became bigger and Issei's armor appeared. The boosted gear was in front of Yasaka, who could not think well because of the encounter with a ghost from the past and her lost love. Well, the man looked at him with fear and a chant was heard. Greg. I am the one who will plunge the factions into despair. I am the one who destroys evil and loves goodness. He who carries the Red Emperor Dragon will be the reborn hero of a soul that was denied life and happiness. I am the Red Emperor Dragon. Balance breaker scale mailed. A towering red figure and enormous wings came out from behind him. Narrator. Yasaka couldn't stop crying because the one she had lost was in front of her, her lost love Haidu Issei behind that green-haired boy. Greg. It's good to see you Yasaka, so long, it's time buddy, wake up Issei. Issei. It's time you tried to hurt someone very important to me and I won't forgive you for that, right Izuku? Izuku. I will never forgive you for trying to hurt my mother, aha. We'll continue. Narrator. Elsewhere at UA, Roswis was teaching when she felt that familiar power and stared in one direction, disconcerting her. Roswis. That power is not impossible, young people, the class is over, your homework is on the board. See you Shiran and transformed into a Valkyrie and went to where that power was. Narrator. In Kunu's classroom she was amazed at the figure because from the window she saw Issei's balance breaker who lunged at a renegade demon. A few blocks away were walking Rias and her entourage who were now heroes, but when they felt that power they ran and saw the unthinkable. Izuku Issei. You will pay dearly for your daring, demon, you will not leave this place alive. Rias. Issei, it's you crying. Narrator. Elsewhere there were two girls with a muscular man. Girl 1. Dad, do you think mom will come back with our brother? Girl 2. Dad, do you think we have a strong Quirk? I don't know, but I know that they will be very well in my care and with their mother and brother, we will be an incredible family, hahaha. Narrator. In the underworld, Surziches was crazy because he found out that a boy has Issei's Boster gear. Surziches. Tell the factions we found him, it's our turn to fix what we did to Issei, this time we'll make you happy, whoever you are, we'll be waiting for you, sequiryute. The death of a hero, the continuation of another P2. Narrator. At that moment a lackey of Re7 tried to kill Yasaka and Izuku saw it as if in slow motion and something in Izuku woke up hearing the sound of a heart beating. This exploded in power and repelled the man with a magic shield. Man. What is this power, aha, that is the not impossible the sequiryute, but he has been dead for more than 50 years. Narrator. In front of the man and Yasaka is Izuku, but he became bigger and a resonant and terrifying voice came out of the gem on his arm with lost eyes. Izuku became bigger and Issei's armor appeared. The boosted gear was in front of Yasaka, she could not think well because of the encounter with a ghost of the past and her lost love. Well, the man looked at him with fear and a chant was heard. Greg. I am the one who will plunge the factions into despair. I am the one who destroys evil and loves goodness. He who wields the Red Emperor Dragon will be the reborn hero of a soul that was denied life and happiness. I am the Red Emperor Dragon. Balance breaker scale mailed. A towering red figure and enormous wings emerged from behind him. The gems shone green. Narrator. Yasaka couldn't stop crying because the one she had lost was in front of her, her lost love Haidu Issei behind that green-haired boy. Greg. It's good to see you Yasaka, so long, it's time buddy, wake up Issei. Issei. It's time you tried to hurt someone very important to me and I won't forgive you for that, right Izuku? Izuku. I will never forgive you for trying to hurt my mother, aha. Narrator. He came out quickly and hit the man hard, who stood up, tearing off his hood and revealing a man with horns. You are a damn ghost of the past, Haidu Issei, why did you come back, tell me? Issei. Izuku. I don't have to tell you, monster, besides you know my name and I don't know yours, tell me before I eliminate you from this planet. Record it well, you piece of dragon, I am the magnificent Alan Beelzebub and she eliminated my master Risavan along with his factions. Issei. Izuku. So your name is Alan, ah, let's fight. Alan. Silly balance breaker. Crimson gladiator. Narrator. With superhuman speed everyone saw how Issei and Alan fought with strength, Alan with his sword and Issei with Ascalon. The sparks from the two weapons were tremendous fights and the women saw how Issei fought like 50 years ago without restricting himself and fighting for something that he wanted to defend with his own life. Rias. Issei mi Issei estas de vuelta. Narrator. Issei retracted his wings and turned them into cannons and fired at Alan. He repelled the shot, which he could barely cover, but what he didn't expect was what Issei would say. Issei. Izuku. Cardinal Crimson. But Speedy went against Alan, and he could no longer see Issei's movements, and the cuts they made to Alan were very precise, and they cut quickly. He could only look and see the unthinkable that you were not going to beat me, Alan cutting the helmet and its two horns. He looked with horror at Issei's green eyes. Come on, show me how much the filthy demons have advanced without me, those who killed me so long ago, hitting Alan's weapon hard, sinking him to the floor from the pressure of the blow. It's time to die, Alan. Alan. Wait, Issei, don't kill me, don't do it. Nuevo, the sword stopped centimeters from Alan's neck, who was crying for his life. Issei. Tell me why I shouldn't kill a useless person like you, tell me, monster. Alan. Please forgive me, Issei-sama, please. Nuevo, I give up, you win. Narrator. At that moment the hero Kamui Woods appears next to Mount Lady and together with her locks him in a prison of branches while Alan begged for his life upon seeing the power of the sequiryute. Mountain Lady. Thank you, young man, I appreciate it. Issei. Don't worry, it's something heroes should do. Narrator. At that moment Issei turns around and quickly goes with Yasaka and says. Issei Izuku. I'm with you again now, Saka. At that moment the armor vanishes and Izuku is seen and she catches him with her arms, sinking him in her breasts. Mama. Kamui Woods. He is a child, he is very young, but his quirk is dangerous. Mountain Lady. I was a child, yes, I am a cradle robber and I was thinking something else. Narrator. At that moment Roswis appears and Kunu ran to see the one who contained Issei in his body, while at that moment Riaz ran to see him, but was stopped by Azazel. Azazel. We can't do it, if we invade their space they'll kill us. Roswis. Issei, you're with us again, that fills me with joy, haha, now we will never let anyone hurt you again. Kunu. My love, you are with us again, this time we will make you happy, we will give you what the others denied you, Issei. Yasaka. Now we will make him very happy, I know he will be my son, and saying in a low voice, and also my husband. At that moment a scream of laughter makes her angry. Riaz. Issei mi Issei esta de vuelta. Kunu. How dare you say that, boo, but she was stopped by Yasaka. Ha, mom. Narrator. At that moment a dimension of Yasaka is noticed in the environment and he says. Yasaka. Calm down, Kunu smiling, he is with us, damn daughter of a bitch, how dare you say you're Issei when you and the others killed him, ha, tell me he is ours not yours, only those of us who were faithful have rights over him, now he will live with me, I am not going to give you my dear Issei, and tell the factions not to look for him, understood? I have to take Izuku to rest, and you do not deserve to be near him, I go, and Riaz, I am going to make him happy. At that moment, the dome breaks and several heroes arrive at the place. Among the Modin who joined the heroes. Auden. Yasaka, Roswis, Kunu, what happened here and who is the child you are carrying? Don't tell me he is the one I think he is. Whispering, Issei, it's true, he is in that child's body. Yasaka. If you are, go to my house and we'll talk about it in more depth there, Auden-san. Narrator. While at the residence Midoriya, Toshinori was waiting for his wife Inko and his firstborn son, but she arrived and went into his room. Surprised, he went into the room and said. Toshinori. Are you okay, Inko? They told you they accepted him at school. Inko. He's just a hindrance, let's leave it, he's a Mukasei, we can do more, you and I, pillar of peace, what's wrong with you? Toshinori. How dare you say that, he's our son, Inko. Inko. She's a hindrance, besides, Alicia is more than perfect for you, she's the one who awakened her quirk before Izuku, you know. Toshinori. You don't understand, right? My power wasn't born, it was inherited from generation to generation, and my teacher knows it, and you say that you left our son without protection, without a roof, and without love because of your wrong decisions. Is what I say true? Inko angry. Tell me, Inko, where is my son? Inko. So your power was given to you by Nana, she gave it to you. Oh no, what have I done? Come on, there's still time to go get my son. I left him with a woman in kindergarten. Come on, Toshinori. Toshinori. Yes, we'll go and I hope my son is okay, Inko. Narrator. In Yasaka's house, Izuku was sleeping while three women watched him enraptured. He would be her greatest love, her greatest desire, and her partner in the future. The Red Emperor Dragon was reborn, and with him, envy on the part of the factions, because he is the remedy for their world. The rebirth of a legend, the sequiryute. To be continued. Narrator. In Lilith there are the factions that see the battle on the news of a pedestrian who recorded everything about how a child fought with a very strange quirk and defeated a villain alone. Surziches. It is a true feat, he can even use his powers like back then, but now that Yasaka has stopped making them more difficult, a group of women will become girls to win Izuku's love and return the sequiryute to the factions. Oh yes, Surziches-sama. The union of two, the return of love. Narrator. In Izuku's mind there was a young man seeing three women in his mind, and those were Kunu, Yasaka and Roseways, and he looked at the boy and said. Issei. So you are my reincarnation, ha, Izuku? Izuku. Who are you? Issei. Oh that's right, we didn't introduce ourselves. My name is Issei, that's my name, and you're the one I'm going to join up with, right? Tell him, Dreg. Dreg. It's true young Izuku, you will be the reborn soul who was denied his life and his happiness. Tell me boy and your family, why did they reject you, tell me. Izuku. They don't like me because I'm quirkless, but I know I can become a hero, I know. Dreg. Magnificent, I know you will be, but you will have to train a lot, boy. I will talk to Yasaka, Roseways and Kunu so that they can teach you to completely master the balance breaker, Izuku, but first you must unite your mind and soul with Issei's. Do you understand? Izuku Issei. Yes, let's go. Narrator. At that moment the two got up from the floor and the chant began. Dreg. I am the one who will plunge the factions into despair. I am the one who destroys evil and loves goodness. I am the one who loves and protects, the one who will be a hero to all. I am justice, the sword and the shield that defends humanity, the one who carries the Red Emperor Dragon, will be the reborn hero of a soul that was denied life and happiness. I am the Red Emperor Dragon. At that moment a pillar of green light came out of Izuku's body, seen from different points of the city. Narrator. In the room where Izuku was, it shone green and the souls of Izuku and Izuku joined. At that moment, Yasaka, Auden, Roseways and Kunu entered the room. They see how Issei's soul joins Izuku's wing, and the flames of a dragon burn Izuku's body to ashes, but from the boosted gear comes out the blood, flesh, and bones of a dragon which joins the souls of Izuku and Issei, forming a new body larger than Issei's, but with Izuku's appearance. The boosted gear joins the flesh and bones of Izuku's arm and says. Izuku Issei. Balance breaker boosted gear scale MAIL. Yasaka. Iso S Izuku Issei Juntos. Izuku. We are united Yasaka-san Auden, Roseways, Kunu, we are back, we returned from the dead to continue where we left off. Auden. It's good to see you again, Izuku. It's good to see that power hasn't diminished at all since that fateful day. Yasaka. It's good to see you again my love. Roseways. It's good to see you again dear. Kunu. It's you, my beloved is back running to hug him along with her mother and her friend, while Auden looked at the sky. Auden. It's good to see everything back to normal, time for your revenge, my friend. Narrator. In the city of heroes, Almight desperately searches for his son because his wife could not find him in the quinder. At that moment, he sees a pillar of green light and the pillar of peace wonders what it is. What was that villains? No, I don't think so taking out his cell phone and calling the most trustworthy person the hero knew Neomasa, I need you to see what that pillar of light is, please. Neomasa. Don't worry, we're going there. You have many problems, keep looking for him, friend, leave this to us. Keep looking for your son. Thanks friend jumping to another building I have to find it. Come on Toshinori. Neomasa. Fast we don't know how long that pillar will last already the patrols and helicopters were heading to that place. Narrator. On a dock far from the city the heroes a group of demons are placing bombs the Gremory group are planning their fake death. Rias. For this to be credible, Endeavor is on his way, so get to your posts. All, yes President. Narrator. Near the pier, Endeavor and the Hussycats are arriving when they see the heroes enter, and Endeavor sees a bomb near where a heroine entered, but when he screams a tremendous explosion occurs, killing the group of heroes. Endeavor and the other heroes are in shock at what they saw. The patrols and forensics arrive at the scene but only see remains of the heroes. The news reaches the scene, and they are shocked to learn of the tragedy. Narrator. A television is seen in a display window, and it stops playing to watch the news. The news is heard as several people approach. Reporter. We have to bring you bad news. In the city's port, the group called Protectors were killed by villains when they entered a boat that had bombs, killing the heroes. Their names are not known and they are unrecognizable. There will be mourning tomorrow at the Wall of Fallen Heroes. This is a very sad event because the heroes risk their lives to give us peace. Without further ado, we will continue reporting. Narrator. In Lilith, the preparations to make Riaz and her entourage along with several other women were almost ready to begin and they gladly agreed to return with Issei. But right now in the human world, the police and the helicopters were at Yasaka's house to find out what that pillar of light in Izuku's bedroom was. He returned to being a child and Yasaka changed his hair color so as not to be recognized. Police. There will be in the name of the law. Auden. Yes, I'm going opening, and the policeman saw the imposing Auden, the hero number 5 of the heroes yes, he's looking. Police. Mr. Auden, we didn't know you were here. Oh yes, the pillar of light that came out of this house could be a villain. Auden. Ah ha 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 no, it's not my grandson who arrived in Japan, but his quirk just woke up and it's very powerful don't worry he fainted and is being carried by my daughter Yasaka ha 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 ha. What jokes the police see something they've never seen and they get scared. Neomasa. Lord Auden who is so far from his district. Auden. I came to see my grandson Neomasa how long since I saw you? Also, tell me, are you still dating that office worker? I'll introduce you to a friend of my granddaughter's, ha 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 ha. Neomasa. No, thank you very much, but tell us what that green light pillar was. Auden. As I was telling the officer, my grandson awakened his quirk and my daughter Yasaka is with him and my granddaughter Valkyrie is with me. Neomasa. Perhaps she is the heroine Kitsune and Valkyrie Incredible One is Inua and the other retired to take care of her daughter. Was a big blow the death of her husband was a shame that he died on that fateful day. I found out that the villain Afo killed him my condolences Miss Yasaka. Yasaka. Don't worry, it's been 5 years since that, but don't worry because I think I'll be a heroine again very soon while carrying Izuku. Neomasa. See you Auden-san heroine see you leaving false alarm Auden-sama's grandson awakened his quirk. Narrator. The media was there when Auden came out and said his grandson had returned to Japan. But in the shadows, a man saw them and left. He opened a communication circle and said. Surziches-sama we know he is a 5-year-old boy I will tell all the details tomorrow sir. Surziches. It's okay, thank you, find out everything you can. Bali. Yes Urziches-sama tomorrow I will have everything in order goodbye I hope to see you soon my dear friend, I know that soon you will go to the winning side. Narrator. At the prestigious school, 2 people are watching a video. This is surprising. I knew Almight's son was strong, but not that much. I see him in slow motion, and even then, you can't see anything. Asawa, tell me what you think of the son of the symbol of peace. Asawa. That is dangerous, we need to know where he is, according to what is known, a large group of heroes along with All Might are looking for him. Right now, but nothing has happened yet, it is as if the earth had swallowed him. That is very strange. And tell me what do you think of the daughter of Kitsune Kunu? It is said that she has a power similar to that of her mother and is dangerous. Besides, the news does not speak more of Auden's grandson, Yasaka's son, and the dragon hero. Her children are everything to her. Besides, it is said that she is going to return to being a heroine for her children. Nefu, what do you think? Nefu. I'm thinking of recruiting them before someone else gets ahead of us, and I also have this. Asawa. Maybe that's if the government training letter with rare quicks we know that those trainings are very strict and that only the best go. Nefu. I know but when his power manifests we will be ready to do it and power that all might have a worthy successor. To be continued. Izaka. Well I watched my future husband sleep, I had doubts about how those from the factions would try to take him away from me, but I told myself and my families that we would defend him with everything, even with neutral lives, but something else arose when my sister arrived at the house. Let's see why didn't you tell me that we had a husband, sister? Izaka. How did you get here Shizuna? You should be in Tokyo helping me with the Yakai throne, sister. Shizuna. I got bored and came to see my new nephew. I didn't know that with just you could create a new son ha 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 ha. Izaka. No, besides, he's a ghost from the past. Shizuna. Don't tell me this kid is Issei the one the factions killed for nothing. Izaka. Yes, the same, but this is the union of his soul and his new protector to create a new being, and he is also a dragon, and this time I will protect him with tooth and nail. School the birth of a hero, special, P1. In the previous chapter. Narrator. At the prestigious school, 2 people are watching a video. This is surprising, I knew that All Might's son was strong, but not that much, I see him in slow motion, and still nothing is seen Asawa and tell me what you think of the son of the symbol of peace. Asawa. That is dangerous we must know where it is according to a large group of heroes, along with All Might are looking for it at this moment, but still nothing, it is as if the earth had swallowed it, that is very strange, and tell me what you think of the daughter of Kitsune Kunu it is said that she has a power similar to that of her mother and is dangerous, the news does not speak more of the grandson of Auden, the son of Yasaka, and the dragon hero, her children are everything to her. It is also said that she is going to return to be a heroine for her children Nefu what do you think? Nefu. I'm thinking about recruiting them before someone else gets ahead of us, plus I have this. Asawa. Maybe that's if the government training letter with rare quicks we know that those trainings are very strict and that only the best go. Nefu. I know but when his power manifests we will be ready to do it and power that all might have a worthy successor. Current chapter 10 years later. Narrator. In Asgard, Izuku is transported to learn everything about the Valkyries and the power of the Balkans. In those months, Rias and her entourage, along with others, became girls in appearance and followed Kunu everywhere, hoping to see Izuku, but Yasaka stopped them. Now we are in the Auden Coliseum where Izuku will be tested to see if he has fully mastered the balance breaker. Auden. You have endured battles with the Yakes, you learned fencing with Raswas, and you have endured Kunu's Taijutsu, you have endured the Aztec goddesses, and you have learned their skills, you have learned well, Izuku. Izuku, yes grandpa. Auden. Let's see how much you've learned in these 10 years, boy. Izuku. I have learned from the best grandfather Odin. At that moment the booster gear appears in its strongest form, Crimson Cardinal. Odin. Let's get started, boy. Narrator. At that moment the two went against each other and Odin slammed his hammer against Izuku's arm and the crash shattered the floor. The Valkyries saw everything from the stands. On the battlefield, the hammer Mjolnir was releasing thunder and Odin saw with a smile his current grandson laugh without almost all of his armor, but what surprised Odin was that only his arm was covered in the boosted gear armor and that made Odin smile. Odin. I see your rock armor gave you good protection, Izuku. Izuku. I learned it from the best teacher. Slowly the armor returned to normal and hit Mjolnir hard and made Odin retreat from the blows. While he looked at Izuku with a smile, Odin was happy because he hadn't had a good battle in centuries. I'm not finished yet, Grandpa. Odin. That's what I thought you would say. Izuku raising his hammer and hit the ground and made a tremendous wave of lightning, but when he saw him again he had a new armor. Welsh Sonic Boost Knight. How he did it is surprising, hahaha. Narrator. Odin just hit the air, but his armor was breaking at that moment. The thunder attacked the whole place and Izuku fell, but with wounds he got up and continued fighting. Odin felt that with each hit the young man became faster, stronger, bolder. At that moment, he feels how his body is hit by thousands of blows, causing the god of Asgard to hit the ground, but when he did it in the air above him, he saw a new transformation. Odin. That's not impossible. Welsh Blaster Bishop Cannons. How does he do it? Izuku. It's all of me, my 100% blaster cannons fire. Odin. Damn, I can't make a lightning shield. Mjolnir. Narrator. The cannons fired the immeasurable wave of energy and Odin's powerful rays stopped the attack while the two tried to stop their opponent and the other to defeat him, but the two gave an incredible battle. The Valkyries got scared and left the Colosseum that was destroyed piece by piece until the power could not take it anymore and exploded in the destroyed place. Odin and Izuku were very damaged, but standing at that moment, Odin falls and says. Odin. You have defeated me, boy, but not completely. No, Izuku. Odin was on his knees and Izuku was standing at that moment. He fell unconscious from the impact that the boosted gear received. You gave a good fight, Izuku. Your arm. Valkyries, take Izuku to the infirmary and have the best doctors in Asgard attend to him. That's an order. Valkyries. Yes, Odin-sama. They picked up Izuku and carefully took him on a stretcher to the Asgard hospital. Odin. I think I exaggerated this time, hahaha, but you're ready. Not even humans know that I'm that strong, but this boy is a little more of a monster and would have fallen like him, hahaha. Yes, he is strong. You're ready, Izuku. End that boring school and forge your path to success. Say, I know that now you are an amalgamation with Izuku, but now you are much more cautious and meticulous. Surely no villain will be able to beat you, nor will he ever fight him, and it didn't serve as a warm-up, but you can beat him. I'm sure that if he were still alive you would win. Narrator. While in the human world, Almight is very hurt. For more than 10 years his son does not appear, but he is sure that the young man is alive. His instinct tells him so, but now he is training his daughters as the new symbol of peace. Almight. I know it's tedious, Alicia, Allison and you too, Katori. I know you were the most affected when Izuku disappeared, but you have faith that he's alive, right? Prove it, girl. Katori. I already know, damn it. Shiny. The huge explosion hit Alicia, but she endured it by having blue rays coming out of her body, and in a machine Allison covered her body with her enormous metallic fists. Damn, I didn't do anything to them. Alicia. You're still missing, friend. Ha. She moved quickly and hit Katori hard, who also had a natural ability to fight. The woman moved and kicked her, which destabilized her body, but when Allison was going to hit her, she sees a huge metal fist approaching and makes another explosion. Always with the right hand, no catchin'. Allison. Explosions again, Katori. I have to take a bath again today. Oh, how annoying. You know my quirk allows me to create machines just by looking at them, but you've already tired me out. I'm going to make you cry. Almight. For now that's enough, we can go home. The training term is already 4 hours old. Here we go. Hirori. Since we also live in the same house. Allison. Katori, what did I tell you about that? Alicia. You want another beating, right? Almight. That's enough, that's been a long time, let's go home. Alicia. Allison. But dad is fine, but take a bath first, Katori. Hirori. I'm going to do it, damn it. Narrator. Well, Almight remembered something that happened 5 years ago. Flashback 5 years ago. Narrates. 5 years ago my wife, if that's what you can call a wife, cheated on me and with my best friend in those days. I was looking for my son with Niyamasa and I wasn't at home. The girls were always at the house of a friend of my ex-wife, and when one day, tired of looking for him, I decided to come home with the girls early with Mitsuki, who wanted to talk to her. When I opened the door and saw another pair of shoes that confused me, and I decided to leave my daughters with Mitsuki just in case. I entered our room and saw something that petrified me. I saw a man with spiky brown hair putting on his clothes and my wife putting on her skirt, and that broke my heart and I got angry to the point of wanting to kill them. Ashinori. How dare you cheat on me, Inko, and with my best friend. Toshinori-sen, I can explain it. Narrator. At that moment Mitsuki enters and she is the first to say something else. Mitsuki. Son of a bitch, I'm going to kill you by cheating on me with my best friend. You'll pay dearly for that. She grabs a stick and with her quirk turns it into a fire spear which grazes Misaru's arm who, terrified, receives the worst beating of his life. You deserve that and more, damn it, I'll tell you one thing, get out of my house and don't come back, because if you do come back stabbing the fire spear near his throat, I'll kill you. Toshinori. How dare you be here with another man in my house? What if the girls had come in? You're one. But she screams, still terrified by Toshinori's death glare. Inko. I'm always alone waiting for you, and I get it, I'm tired, sorry Inko, I can't today, don't buck with me, that damn kid screwed up our lives because of him, we're like this. She got a slap from Mitsuki. Mitsuki. Look bitch, listen to me and listen to me very well, if you dare to set foot in this house or come looking for your daughters, I will kill you, I don't care if you end up in prison, understood damn nymphomaniac. At that moment, Mitsuki stuck her spear near Inko's head and she just nodded and left the place with Misaru and they saw the girls, but they passed by and left damn evil Daita. Narrator. In the room there was only silence and Toshinori destroyed the room while Mitsuki cried on the floor. The three girls arrived and comforted the woman and the man who were sick from the great shock, but the girls managed to stop that suffering and comforted the two. Alice and Alicia. Dad, don't cry, we will always love you, we will always be there for you, Dad. Katori. Don't worry, we are enough and more than enough to face life, Mom. Toshinori Mitsuki. Thank you, we appreciate it, it's time to restore our families. In flashback. Toshinori narrates. The good thing about bringing the two families together is that we help each other, and that comforts me. Maybe I'll think about telling Mitsuki how much I like him, but that will never happen, and we know that because we no longer trust anyone. Narrator. In Lilith 3 months before the battle of Izuku against Odin, the three factions were very dismayed by the constant sightings of Izuku in Tokyo, Asgard and other places, among them another faction of the Aztec gods in Mexico, where he will learn about the different cultures and powers of the earth. Surziches. When we found out that it was a surprise because he traveled to Mexico to train with two goddesses, Quetzalcoatl and Tezcatlipoca, two benevolent goddesses who joined the false factions of today. Not much is known about this culture, although some demons had children with those goddesses like Ajuka. How did it go with Karma? Ajuka. Hiya, don't ask me, she almost impaled me with her army. If it weren't for me leaving earlier right now it would be jaguar steak. Azazel. So, the faction in the New World is a bit indigenous, but that doesn't mean they don't have the best trackers on the planet. They may be the best, but that doesn't mean they're nothing compared to us. Miguel. That doesn't mean that they are strong, we must be careful. I learned that Quetzalcoatl has in his power the Sunstone capable of eliminating 40 times Lilith without even sweating, so you have to handle it with tweezers. She alone can destroy an entire city without problems. At that moment a scandal is heard through the corridors, and the door is knocked down by 3 very intimidating looking women. Seeing them as toys, but if they are Sequiryute, the goddess of the dead who governs between the spiritual and material worlds, Quetzalcoatl, the goddess of fertility, rain and abundance, in addition to being a channeler of the power of the sun, Tezcatlipoca is the goddess of providence, of the invisible and of darkness, commander of the jaguar warriors, the 3 goddesses, although there are more. Sequiryute. Go the dove, the bat and the crow together, go fools. Quetzalcoatl. The perverted trio continues to stain humanity with their imbecile dealings. Tezcatlipoca. Calm down, we just came to talk. Throwing Azazel and hitting him on the ground and passes over him and sits on his back. We learned that they are looking for a boy, the son of Yasaka, future father of my children. Tell me why they are looking for him. Tell me garbage. Quetzalcoatl. Calm down Tezcatlipoca, we have more questions than just those of our husband. Azazel. Perhaps you wish to have his say as your royal breeder. At that moment she took him by the neck and slammed him against a wall and said with her claws growing on his neck, call me crow-winged trash. If I'm here it's to tell you very clearly that he is not yours, Quetzalcoatl. The negotiations are over. There is nothing to do with these men, if these can be called men. Sequiryute. We only tell you not to interfere in the plans of the new sequiryute, do you understand, or I myself will destroy the Lilith. Narrator. In the following months the factions followed the trail of the new sequiryute and learned that he had finished his training with the Aztec goddesses, and with the powerful Odin now he would be in Japan for the UA exams to be a hero. In Japan in a gym a green-haired boy was training with 2 girls, one of them with very hexy clothes and the other with armor, who fought with a boy with green eyes and incredible muscles. They fought without weapons, only their hands. They hit the boy with green hair and emerald eyes hard, a girl with crystal tails hit the young man hard, while the other with her legs tried to knock him out, but it was impossible because the young man defended himself with abilities never before seen by them. With his strong body he created rays, and from his hands came some incredible claws which prevented them from approaching him with confidence, but the young man masterfully removed the girl with armor hit her with fists wrapped in electricity while the other kicked her in the arms and changed as planned. The claws tore her clothes and the two combined making the young man retreat, but the skill and speed with which they zigzagged the blows of the two women was of little use to them, left them stunned, and he put his claws on their necks and he took them by the neck and jumped in the air hitting them on the ground, and they saw behind him an imposing white bear so big that it left in doubt if it was a lie or reality. The two They hit their arms and left the crater, but in a second they had him in front of them. The two fell down in fear and he said, "Izuku. I won again, Rose-san. Kunu-san, ha 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 ha. Rose, ah, not again, ah, you are a monster in hand-to-hand combat, Izuku-kun. Kunu. Hey, I know again, my clothes are ruined out of the clothing stores, Ra-san. Izuku. None of that. At that moment he put his hand on his clothes and the Ra's reconstructed. We should not only think about clothes, Kunu-san. Kunu. I've already told you, only Kunu, my love. At that moment he turned red and she threw him and stood in front of him and she rested her breasts on the young man's exposed chest, who could only look at that smile of prevention. Ahaya, what are you looking at, Izuku? At that moment he receives a blow from another woman, and that is Yasaka. Ha, mom, what are you doing here? I thought you would be with the heroes. Yasaka. And leave all the fun to you, won't you come with me to school? Izuku, put something on, we're still in heat. Izuku. Of course, I'll see you at school for the exams. See you. I'm going to take a shower. Running away from the place, Yasaka changed her face and said. Yasaka. We have a meeting, they will surely be there, be attentive, do not forget that Izuku knows everything, but sometimes his new life makes him forget a little of his old life, you understand? Roswis. Don't worry, I'll watch him from the monitors and Kunu will help me on the field, right Kunu? Kunu. Of course I won't leave it for a minute, those bitches don't play fair. Yasaka. Don't give up and I hope to see you both in the exams. Without further ado, Izuku, are you ready now? Izuku. You're welcome. Roswis are the transportation stamp and we will go to a few blocks from the school. At that moment she does it and disappears without a trace. Narrator. While in another place in a bar there is a group of people, among them a person with a grey suit, long white hair and violet eyes, waiting with two adult women and two young people at his sides. They're here. They found her. At that moment a portal opens and two men come out of it. One of them has a trench coat, the body of several animals, the other is a mass of flames, and one of them arrives with a very hurt woman. The man in front of them says, it's been a long time since I saw you, Inko. Tell me where my son is. I know he's my firstborn and I robbed a hospital to find out. Finally my offspring will have a powerful quirk. Where is it? Raise the chimera so that he looks me in the eyes. Tell me now, bitch, where is my son? Inko. I don't know, he disappeared 10 years ago, I haven't seen him again, I swear, Afo. Answer the boss or you'll regret it, bitch. The man sitting alone raised his hand and he stopped. Yes, Afo-sama. Chimera. She's cursed, she hasn't said anything. What do we do, boss? We'll kill her. Afo. No, that's an easy way out, kill her. Now tell me, my dear, when you left my side, your perversity grew, right? It made me think about how many men you had after me, but we didn't talk about that. My dear She Venom, give her a taste of her own medicine. Please make her see that she is true terror. She Venom. You know I like impure women like you, my quirk is devouring, I can even eat human flesh, and my friend likes your flesh, isn't that like that, Venom? Venom. Fresh meat. I like that. We start with liver, kidneys, or an eye or better yet your reproductive system. Don't worry, we have an excellent way to kill. Ha 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 ha. Inko. No, get away from me, nuevo. At that moment a giant mouth with a lot of teeth ate her in the shadows. Creepy screams were heard. Suddenly everything went silent. Afo. Well done, my dear, like father like son. No, Gwen Stacy, my dear little daughter, your brother is out there, although your quirk is very dangerous. I hope you are at the level of a respectable villain. Ha 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 ha. Oh yes, I want you to attend that damn school called UA, make them think that you are their friend, and find the pillar of peace. He must have my son. I assure you also you will go with the brave one, she will help you in everything also. If you find him, the brave one will make him fall madly in love with you and bring him to the winning side. Besides, I know that those damn factions are still alive. If it weren't for that stupid Nana, maybe we could have won, but they got in the way. Well, like I said, the two of you will go to that detestable school. I hope you manage to pass. Without further ado, and Gwen, dress a little better, please, look like a gal. Gwen. Dad, I'm not a child and I can dress however I want. Besides, I'm stronger than any stupid villain and the students are just toys in front of us, right, Manami-san? Manami. If we are also the best bosses, they won't even know what attack them or what their boss son looks like. Afo. He has green hair, emerald eyes and a mole on his right arm in the shape of a red dragon, and his name is Izuku Midoriya because. Minami. Well, it's to know, maybe we'll find him in that school, maybe you don't believe it. Afo. Yes, you can, and one more thing, don't get too aggressive, besides we know that he could be there in this damn school. Without further ado, Kurogiri, take them near the school. Kurogiri. Yes, Afo-sama, let's go, you have to go quickly now. At that moment the two entered the portal and disappeared. Narrator. In a luxurious car 5 people were traveling to a respectable AU school. In the car were the heroine number 10 Kitsune, better called Yasaka Brinjar, the hero number 6 Odin Brinjar, the god of Asgard, the heroine number 15 Valkyrie, better called Roswis, and the aspiring heroes Izuku Brinjar and his sister Kunu Brinjar, who got out of the car, and the 3 professional heroes said. Odin. Fight bravely, I hope to see you in the top positions. Izuku, Kunu. Kitsune. You know what to do, don't give up, and Kunu, don't overdo it, understood? Kunu. Yes, we already know, Mom. Valkyrie. Then good luck, see you at the exit. And Izuku approaching, and she gave him a kiss on his cheek. Wins yes. Kitsune. Kunu. Look, that's under Valkyrie. Izuku. Ha. Izuku approached the two and gave a tender kiss to each one on their cheeks, and they turned red like a tomato. See you at the exit, let's go Kunu, we have to go to our classrooms. Kunu. Ha. Yeah, it is expected, Izuku-san. Narrator. Upon entering, you see 2 women, one looked like a gang member and the other very well dressed with red hair but very small. At that moment, the Redeed stumbles but is caught by a young man with green hair, emerald eyes and a very developed body. She blushes but sees something on her arm and it amazes her. Izuku. Are you okay, miss, with a kind face and happy look. Yes, thanks, I didn't want to look bad, I appreciate it, and could you please take me down? Izuku. Ha. Sorry, excuse me, my name is Izuku Brinjar, nice to meet you, and the woman next to me is my stepsister Kunu Brinjar. Kunu. Aha, I've already told you 1,000 times that I'm your sister Izuku-san. Yes, my name is Minami, nice to meet you, and this is my friend Gwen Stacy, and we came to be heroines. Gwen. If it's a pleasure, let's go Minami, it's time to take the exam, let's go. It wasn't a pleasure meeting you. Minami. Ha, excuse her, she's not very sociable. Ha. Wait Gwen, wait for me. Kunu. What does that damn exhibitionist woman think? She seems like a criminal. Izuku. Calm down, besides, it's not good to fight now that we're going to enter the exam, calm down. Narrator. At the entrance, the hustle and bustle of the entrance of All Might, the number 1 hero, and Fire Spear, the number 30 heroine in the rating, along with her daughters, Allison, Alicia, and Katori, the promises of being the pillar of peace. Izuku leaves with Kunu, and they enter the building, while All Might and Fire say goodbye to their daughters. I know this is difficult, but I know you can do it, show how much you have grown in these years, girls. Spear. If you understand, kick those second-rate people's asses, or I won't feed them dessert for a month. Allison, Alicia, Katori. No, we have to win, girls. At that moment the Tess look at Ooal and think, this time we will look for you, brother, this is our way to find you. To be continued. Narrator. In the women's restroom, Gwen can't believe that the young man she was talking to is her brother, but her bravery had reasons. He would be the son of her father, her missing stepbrother Izuku Midoriya, but now all that remains is to corroborate that. Gwen. So he's my stepbrother, Minami, he's what I always wanted. Come on, we have to find him and give him all our love, little sister. Will he be the father of my children, or will he stop calling me She-Venom? Minami. Don't worry, little sister, there's always room for love. The birth of a hero school, special P2P1. In the previous chapter. Narrator. In the women's restroom, Gwen can't believe that the young man she was talking to was her brother. But brava. I have very good reasons, he is the son of his father, his missing stepbrother Izuku Midoriya, but the last name is the least important. Now all that remains is to corroborate what I saw for a moment on his arm, and that red dragon is the same as the one his father told us. Gwen. So he's my stepbrother, ha, Minami, he's what I always wanted. Come on, we have to find him and give him all our love, friend. Will he be the father of our children, or will he stop calling me She-Venom? Minami. Don't worry, my friend, there's always room for love in a heart. Current chapter. Narrator. Outside the school, a group of women and a man are outside the prestigious UA school and looking defiantly at the school. Rias. We are here, Issei-kun, it's time to meet once and for all, no girls. Bakeno. We're here, it's time to claim what belongs to us. Asia Kaneko. We are finally here, Issei-san. Arena Zenobia. This time we will give you more than our hearts, Issei-san. The fake Kuroka. It's time to go for him. Penage Gabriel. It's our turn to make you happy. Mina. It's time to change, don't you think so, Issei-senpai? It's time for you to make us all happy now that I've changed to what I am. Hiba. It's time for me to give you the happiness we denied you, friend, and they entered the school. Narrator. At school, everyone was separated for logical reasons. Among the hundreds of students, Izuku separated from Kunu and ended up in another classroom. After an arduous hour with a written exam, they moved on to the practical exam where the powerful preset Mick was explaining everything related to the exam and how they were going to pass it if they had a good score to enter. Preset Mick. Okay, students, there are 3 robots in the exam. One has 1 point, the second has 2 points, and the last one has 3 points. There's also another one with 0 points. This is just an obstacle, nothing more. Plus Ultraya. All. Plus ULTRAAAAAAAAA. Narrator. As if everything were against our protagonist, the Gremory group and his sisters, his sister and his friend from the League of Villains, the women saw the young man, some with love, others as inferior, and others did not take him into account until Preset Mick said. Preset Mick. Okay, young people are ready in 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. At that moment Izuku said something that will amaze everyone present. 0. Izuku. Balance breaker boosted gear scale male cardinal crimson, a flashing green light illuminated the entire place and surprised everyone, and a red armor with green gems and in the shape of a dragon was noticed and it sped towards the battlefield and that impressed them. Come on Drag. Gremory group. That's to say, we looked for him and now we know his new body. Alice and Alicia. That's amazing. When Minami, that is the power of the son of Afo, incredible. Narrator. While Auden saw Izuku on the monitors with his balance breaker and that amazed him while everyone thought about how powerful the son of Kitsune was, she was seeing her future husband moving with speed and power, destroying all possible robots. Your son is very powerful, Miss Kitsune. Kitsune. Yes, lose. Higher spear. Your son is incredible. Midnight. It's very like saying it, impressive Kitsune. Narrator. While at the exit the next to leave are Gwen, Minami, who were propelled by Gwen's power, which adopted a black suit with a spider on her chest, while Minami was looking at the machines and the points. Minami. Okay, leave me here and destroy whatever you have to destroy. You know I'm an expert with machines and hacking them is my strong suit. Come on, go for it now. Gwen. It's okay, but take care of yourself, yes. Minami. I know, go now, it's my turn to shine. Come on, go for Izuku-kun now. Running to a 3-point machine and she got on it, removed the panel and quickly put it on her side and began to destroy the other machines. Come on, who's next? I have the power of love in my hands, ha 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 ha. When? It's fine, doing my thing. She dodged a 2.1 and was covered in a black liquid, but it was compressed by it and the robot ended up destroyed by the black whip with spikes. Now they call those enemies, they are just scrap. Narrator. Well, 2 more wake up and come out, one with a huge machine and the other with a bunch of rays coming out of her body. Those are Allison and Alicia, who are destroying all the robots in their path. Alicia. Allison, take care of those in the northern area, I'll go south. Allison. Whatever you say, little sister. At that moment she launches a bunch of missiles and they destroy more than 20 robots from different points. Let's go with everything or mom will kill us. Alicia. I know, see you little sister, full contact 1 for all 20%. If I don't keep it, I'll break my arms and legs. Let's go for our brother Allison. Aha, blue rays came out of her and destroyed everything in its path, while Allison's machine attacks the robots with its fists. Allison. Look at us brother. Tornado fists out. The machine fired its fists at the nearby robots, destroying them completely, and they returned to their carrier. It was good to see Mazinger Z gave me a good idea. Presekmik. Ladies, please keep in mind that this is an exam. Narrator. At that moment everyone came out, but especially those from the Gremory group who were destroying the robots with ease. Ria separated from the group, hoping to see the boy with the balance breaker of her lost love, and she found him in front, but when she was going to talk to him, 2 other women appear between them. They are Gwen and Alicia, who saw the young man. At that moment he goes against them, but he jumped over them and said. Izuku. Careful, lightning destroyer. At that moment it hit more than 30 robots. At that moment they all exploded and that left them speechless. He moved as if he were in slow motion and they saw the 2 red wings behind him and that made them blush, although one could not be seen. Are you okay girls, what do you do? Alicia. Detroit Smoz hitting his right side and the pressure blow destroyed everything behind him. When? Death whips. The whips pass near him and they attack whatever was behind him. Rias. Crimson ruin. The red and black energy ball passes over him and destroys everything behind him. Narrator. Izuku turns around and sees an incredible number of destroyed robots. Izuku. That's on another level, hahaha. I like to see strong girls. Let's see what day we fight. I would like to see their powers above all my power, hahaha. Rias. You're crazy. When? You want to die, right? Alicia, you're definitely missing a screw. Izuku. No, a few months ago I received death training to be able to pass this exam, but it was worth it, but see you later, I have an exam to pass, ready Drag Welsh, Sonic Boost Night, see you ladies. Narrator. They couldn't say anything when a huge shock wave destroyed the robots in front of him, while they watched everything with a drop of sweat on their necks. All. He is very fast and powerful, and each one thought for a moment about something perverted, but the three separated and looked at each other defiantly, while the three went in different directions. I don't trust those women. Narrator. In another part of the exams, two women cause problems because they are so powerful that they destroy everything in their path. They are Katori and Kunu, one with her tails of fire and the other with her explosions. Katori. No, your hair was golden, fox woman. Kunu. What happened to you, Miss Big Mouth? Besides, my hair changes with the power and element I have, and that's none of your business, Big Mouth. She hit the robots hard and their tails were on fire, destroying them in one hit. Aha, I beat you, I'm going to get 89 points. Katori. Don't even believe it, you little bitch. Fire saw. She spun around and cut all the robots in the area, returning to the ground on her feet while the robots were destroyed behind her. What did you think, bitch? Kunu. If you were my friend you would be the loudmouth of my group, hahaha. Katori. What did you say, bitch? Shinya. Hitting a robot which ended up in pieces on the floor. I'm going to make you pinole, bitch. Kunu. You and how many more damn big mouths? She hit her tails on the ground and a torrent of fire wiped out all the robots behind her, she cursed. Narrator. At that moment a rumble is heard and several 0 points come out of the ground and Kunu and Katori see it and smile. Katori. Kunu. That's what I call a challenge, don't you think? Oh yeah. Narrator. A voice is heard through the megaphones and says. Young heroes, this is a 100-point robot. This will require all your effort. Those who are not capable, just let it pass. But those who attack it will have to defeat the most powerful piece of engineering. Gypsy Danger. I hope it doesn't affect you. Your director, Nezu, says goodbye. Everyone. Is crazy. Riaz, then you're not ready to be heroes. When? Some fun at last. Allison. Aha, I should watch more and I'm about giant machines, but I know we can. Katori. Party time. Izuku. Finally a challenge worthy of a sequiryute to get the party started. The birth of a hero school, special P2P2. In the previous chapter. Narrator. A voice is heard through the megaphones and says. Young heroes, this is a 100-point robot. This will require all your effort. Those who are not capable, just let it pass. But those who attack it will have to defeat the most powerful work of engineering. Gypsy Danger and others who just woke up. I hope it doesn't affect you. Your director, Nezu, says goodbye. Everyone. Is crazy. Riaz, then you're not ready to be heroes. When? Some fun at last. Allison. Aha, I should watch more and I'm about giant machines, but I know we can. Katori. Party time. Izuku. Finally a challenge worthy of a sequiryute to get the party started. In the current chapter. Narrator. Some let the huge machine pass, but two girls attack it, that is Katori and Kunu, who attack everything. Kunu. Hey, let's do it, that machine is nothing against us, let's go, big mouths. Katori. I say the same, bitch. Narrator. Kunu attacks the machine with her flames which opens its compartments, and a lot of missiles and machine guns are seen which shoot at them. Katori creates her enormous explosions and destroys the armor plates of the machine, while Kunu with her flames destroys the plates, melting them. The two destroy with brute force and explosions to the machine, but it defends itself with everything. This takes out two swords with fire saw, and the two have to retreat before the heat of the weapons and this goes against them, but the two hit one with fire and the other with an explosion, the legs of Gypsy which falls to his knees, and they direct their explosion towards the core in his chest, but he launches a ray of energy hitting the two girls, but he recovers in the air, and they see him angry. Kunu. You know I like these clothes, now I'm going to rip your heart out. Katori. You'll regret hitting me. Nobody hits me and gets away with it, you piece of tin. Narrator. The two get up and run toward the robot, which turns its hand into a cannon. They dodge the shots until they reach its chest. One unleashes all her firepower, while the other unleashes a huge explosion, piercing the core of the machine with her power. They see the enormous hole, and the machine slowly shuts down. Yasaka. I told that fool not to go all out. Fire spear. That girl is going to hear me at home. I told her not to use all her power. Narrator. While in another place in front of the Gremory group was another larger machine that looked like a tank. Riaz. Let's show that we're strong, let's go. Everyone. Riaz-sama. Narrator. Kaneko and Kuroka are the first to go against the machine, and it hits the ground with its enormous fists, but sees how the two women run quickly for its arms, and they hit the machine's hull with force causing it to crack, but they fall. But Akeno and Arena catch them and put them to safety, while they dodge the blows of the enormous machine and rise until they are close to its face and say, "Akeno Arena." From the heavens descends the destruction of God. At that moment a huge lightning bolt falls on the machine's arm, and a halo of light separates it completely from the robot, leaving only one arm below. Kiba and Zenobia go for the legs and cut one with Durandal and the other, with her sword of light and darkness, the legs of the machine, and it falls to the ground, but recovers immediately, taking out a bunch of missiles and weapons. That thing does not give up. Penage Gabriel. It's time for you to receive a heavenly blow. The two created a magic circle, and when the robot was going to launch all its weapons, they froze and a shock wave destroyed its armor, leaving its energy cores exposed. That's it, girls. Ria's Asia Mina Ravel FA. It's time. They all gathered their power and said red ruin destruction. At that moment the machine tries to stop it with its remaining arm, but it falls apart piece by piece until it explodes. From the impact several buildings were fractured and they felt tired of so much effort. Almight. Who are they that are not the daughters of the heroes who died 10 years ago? Incredible, that power. Nezu. If they are incredible, I have never seen quirks that combine surprisingly. Oh look, All Might, what? No, those are your daughters. All Might. Aha, don't you think about fighting with that machine or if you're crazy. Narrator. In front of the two sisters was a machine with 3 blade-like arms and a head like a sniper scope watching them as they prepared for battle. Allison. Let's see what you're capable of against my new machine. Haha, Messenger Z. The powerful machine appeared in front of the other, and Allison said, "It's time for me to destroy you, damn it." Alicia. You distracted sister. Full counterattack 1 for all 25%. Allison shot with her weapons at the robot, well at that moment Alicia ran with speed and hit the largest arm of the machine, and it almost went through it, but she falls because of the pain, and her sister grabs her in full fall. The machine crashed into a building, falling with it in the process. In Messenger Z's hand Alicia was writhing in pain, but her arm turned red. Ha, that hurt, but I'm sure that thing won't be able to use that arm. I'm sure. At that moment the machine gets up and in effect the robot only helped itself with the 2 remaining arms. Ha, I knew it, sister. We must attack its blind spots. Understood. Allison. I know, get off what I'm going to do. You're not going to like this. It reminds me of my past days when I watched anime all day. Okay, let's get serious. Rocket punch. Narrator. At that moment the 2 fists go through the already damaged arm that Alicia had hit and it falls to the ground, and the machine sees her and tries to cut her, but it doesn't succeed because it stops her remaining arms and pushes herself with her legs and throws it again. At that moment she says, "Allison. Take this." Drill missile. Thousands of missiles pierce its armor and make some explosions, seriously damaging the machine, which tries to stop Messenger's eye. She gets careless and successfully grabs it, throwing it against a building. Allison. Damn, trust me. Aha, damn. The 2 saws hit Messenger, and she puts her arms up to stop them. Ha, damn, you don't give up. Ha. At that moment she sees her sister, and she runs to the robot's head, and she gives a tremendous kick to the enemy robot's head, making it retreat. Ah, sister, you always help me. It's my turn. Retreat. Take this, damn it. Breast fire. Brighter. Play it at minute 004 to 016 and put Crimson Typhoon in his place. Narrator. The machine falls destroyed by the flames of Messenger Z, and Allison and Alicia join, one with the machine and the other with their fists raised. Alicia. He has my arm, but we managed to defeat him, little sister. Allison. Don't even mention it. It's very tedious to fight with something your size. Well, not your size, it's very big, and I want a chocolate ice cream after this. Alicia. I just hope mom and dad don't kill us after this. Narrator. Elsewhere in the teacher's room, All Might and his partner were seen breathing well after what they saw with their offspring, while on the security cameras, Izuku sees the enormous blue machine and on its shell, it says Romeo Blue, and Izuku says, "Izuku. Romeo Blue has incredible. I always fought with those closest to me, but never with a huge machine. Ha 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 ha. Let's start." Romeo Blue. Drake begins. Drake. I am the one who will plunge the factions into despair. I am the one who destroys evil and loves goodness. He who wields the Red Emperor Dragon will be the reborn hero of a soul that was denied life and happiness. I am the Red Emperor Dragon. Balance breaker scale metal booster gear. A towering red figure and enormous wings emerged from behind him. The gems shone green. Narrator. With speed, this hit the machine's chest hard, which was dragged more than 400 meters before stopping, and Izuku is seen flying a few meters from the machine that attacks Izuku, but he moves quickly and stops the machine's arm, but it returns it with a blow, and Izuku is seen and says, "Izuku. Let's start Drag. Drag. Let's go with the heavy artillery. Balance breaker Welsh Dragona Crook." Narrator. At that moment he goes against the robot's legs and with one blow he destroys them, and everyone there sees how strong Izuku is. With speed he hits Romeo Blue's fragile points and he falls and tries to hit Izuku, but he didn't expect his arm to be torn apart at any moment. The machine is in decline. The blows that the Dragonic Rook was giving him were on the defensive, but at that moment Romeo's weapons hit Izuku directly and he goes through an entire building and falls. Izuku. That hurt me, but it's nothing compared to the beatings I received from Quetzalcoatl-san. Ready drag. Drag. Aha balance breaker Welsh Sonic boost KNIGHT. Izuku. It's time to be defeated Romeo Blue aha. Narrator. With the speed of light, Izuku hit the same place he had hit his chest before. This began to make a dent in the helmet and it went through the armor plates. Izuku. I won't give up machine Haya. The blows were destroying the machine until it came out in his neck. The Romeo Blue systems were almost destroyed and in the teacher's room, a person discovered that it was him. I'm not finished yet. Look, this is my last attack. Falling and seeing the huge hole. It's time drag. Drag. Akablo Izuku balance breaker Welsh blaster bishop CANNONS. Izuku. This is your end Romeo Blue. At that moment the cannons fire the energy accumulated in their cannons and completely destroy Romeo Blue, but parts of him fall to the students. Oh no, quickly let's change. Balance breaker Welsh Sonic boost Knight. The metal traces were destroyed in the fall, but nobody saw Izuku destroying them with great speed. At that moment, Izuku sees a large rock go against two girls and he changes armor. Balance breaker Welsh Dragonic Rook. Aha, hitting the piece of metal hard and it embedded itself in a building. The girls were amazed at the shape of the young man in front of them. He is incredible. The two saw the green gems and the outfit of a dragon in metallic scales on his body, but before they could say anything he disappeared. How fast? Narrator. Well, Izuku destroys all the parts of Romeo Blue that were shot into the sky and saw a large number and said. Izuku. Now brag. Brag. I know brat boost X30 now kid. Izuku. Take this. Dragu Unshuot. The energy beam destroyed all the fragments in the sky and everything was at peace and he fell in front of Alicia and Allison and raised his fist in victory. Aha, that was crazy, don't you believe it, Drag? Drag. Aha, what have I told you about using all your power? You're crazy, but you saved everyone. That was worth it. Your power I think is greater than that of Issei-kun, that lunatic addicted to breasts, but you are a hero and I appreciate that. Finally I can be called by my name, Red Emperor Dragon. That shows pride. Young Izuku. Ha. Izuku. Come on, we have to go for Kunu or mom will get furious. Alas, two imposing blood-red dragon wings came out from behind him. Come on Drag. Drag. You don't have to tell me, boy, hahaha. And these got lost when they passed a building. Alicia. That guy is crazy, he was talking to his arm and I was answering him. Hahaha, I must be dreaming. Allison. I don't think so. Narrator. Elsewhere another machine falls before two women, one with red hair and a dress suit and the other with a black suit and a spider on her chest, and they say. Gwen. That must be my brother, what power he has. Wanami is very powerful, he can even fly. His father will be happy we found him, my friend. Gwen. Yes, it will be. Narrator. Everyone was giving 100% in the fight and then something was heard and they said presetmic. Presetmic. There is only less than a minute left. Countdown. 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 0. The exam is over. Everyone, stop fighting and those who have injuries, go to the infirmary. The practical exam is over. Narrator. A few months later at UA. Izuku narrates. I'm saying goodbye to my family and my new teacher, my mother, who came as a request from Nezu, the director of the UA school, as a teacher. Now I travel with my sister to classes on Drake's wings. Finally, I will have a normal school. It's time to enter UA and show that I can become the strongest hero in the world. That's my path, that's who I am. I am the sequiryute Izuku Brinjar and I will be the new pillar of peace. We'll continue. Narrator. In Lilith there were 12 women in the replica of the room of the once called hero of the factions. They woke up and smiled evilly and said to the group. All. You will be our Izuku-sama, we swear that they put on the rings that Issei gave them more than 50 years ago and left in a magic circle. Narrator. Elsewhere at a residence near Ua, two women woke up and got ready in their new uniform and said. Gwen. It's time to do what Dad said, Minami. I swear we'll bring him to the side of evil, I swear. Minami. I am at your service my mistress, we will be the ones who share your love. She Venom-san, and the two left with their uniforms to their new school. Narrator. Elsewhere at the Pillar of Peace's residence, he was running around just like his daughters. He had to be there early for the students' reception. Ashinori. Come on girls, hurry up, oh we'll be late already. Allison, Alicia, Katori, let's go. Allison, Alicia, Katori. Let's go dad, we're ready, let's go. Mitsuki. I'll catch up with you later. And Toshinori, your tie. Toshinori. Ha thanks, see you later. He gave a quick kiss on her lips and she became like stone and they left. Mitsuki. Silly, but maybe I should give myself a chance, don't you think so, Toshinori? My new partners and wives P1. In the previous chapter. Narrator. A few months later at UA. Izuku narrates. I'm saying goodbye to my family and my new teacher, my mother, who came at the request of Nezu, the director of the UA school. As a teacher, I now travel with my sister to classes on Drake's wings. Finally, I will have a normal school. It's time to enter UA and show that I can become the strongest hero in the world. That's my path, that's who I am. I am the sequiryute Izuku Brinjar, and I will be the new pillar of peace. Narrator. In Lilith there were 12 women in the replica of the room of the formerly called hero of the factions. They woke up and smiled evilly and said to the group. All. You will be our Izuku-sama, we swear that they put on the rings that Issei gave them more than 50 years ago and left in a magic circle. Narrator. Elsewhere at a residence near Ooal 2 women woke up and got ready in their new uniform and said. When? It's time to do what Dad said, Minami. I swear we'll bring him to the side of evil, I swear. Minami. I am at your service my mistress, we will be the ones who share your love she Venom-san, and the two left with their uniforms to their new school. Narrator. Elsewhere at the Pillar of Peace's residence, he was running around just like his daughters. He had to be there early for the students' reception. Ashinori. Come on girls hurry up oh we'll be late already Allison, Alicia, Katori let's go. Allison Alicia Katori. Let's go dad, we're ready, let's go. Mitsuki. I'll catch up with you later and Toshinori your tie. Toshinori. Ha thanks, see you later he gave a quick kiss on her lips and she became like stone and they left. Mitsuki. Silly, but maybe I should give myself a chance, don't you think so, Toshinori? In the current chapter. Narrator at school Almight and Yasaka had already arrived and she speaks. Yasaka. How are you Almight? Might. Well your children entered school ha it is a great happiness I heard that others entered the majority are women from your group. Yasaka. Yes, I have 23 women and 2 men, the rest went to 2B, which is a larger group, 46 students, and only 7 women, the rest are men. Might. What a contrast, well, let's go, your group will go to class, right? Yasaka. If I don't know my students and know very little about them, I'll have to talk to everyone today. Narrator. In the classroom, Izuku sees that all his classmates are women or almost all of them, except for a young man with blue eyes and blonde hair that Izuku did not know because it gave him a bad feeling, who sees Izuku in an intrigued way, while 3 blonde-haired women are arguing with Kanu in the background, 6 girls see Izuku blushing, while Izuku notices a girl with red hair and another with golden hair and deadly attributes enter the classroom and they just smile and greet him. At the other end, 11 women see Izuku penetratingly and he gets nervous at that moment a girl with a frog appearance speaks and they all stare at her. Hello, you're Izuku. Izuku. Ha yes you are the girl I saved in the exams great you are amazing, I never thought a girl was like you, what quirk do you have ha excuse me I didn't ask you your name that day, I had very little time tell me what it is. I am Tsuyu Asui Lucifer the youngest I was born after them that is my name nice to meet you Izuku-kun, and they are my stepsisters different mother same father, they are Momo the oldest by a week, Mina the next of the sisters 2 days later, Jiro, Uraraka, Mina and Toru are the next before me only a few hours older. All. Hola Izuku-kun. Izuku. Great, that's amazing. They're all sisters. I'm glad they get along. Momo. Well, not that much, but we are very close because of our father. Izuku. I didn't expect that at that moment Izuku sees a red sphere coming out of the hand of a red-haired girl and it moves quickly and it is absorbed by Izuku's boosted gear and that leaves everyone perplexed when they see that gauntlet in his hand I beg you, miss, not to attack your companions, understand, huh? Ria's Gremory that's my name and sorry I don't know why I acted like this, I apologize while she hid her smile, seeing the booster gear in front of them the group of women and a man were watching Izuku behind the red-haired woman I apologize. Narrator. Izuku returned to his seat but stopped when he saw Minami, the girl he helped before entering his exam, and greeted her. Izuku. You are Minami right? Oh, and your friend Gwen, nice to meet you. You defeated one of those machines, right? Maybe I would like to measure my power with you. Minami. Ha, I can't, but my friend is, she's ready for that, Izuku-kun. Gwen. I hope to see your power, Izuku, on the battlefield. Izuku. I long for that. Narrator at that moment a heroine enters and everyone takes their seats and she speaks. It's a pleasure to meet you class, I'm a Kitsune, your teacher. I want to meet you all, well all of you, since you are the only men in this room. Please introduce yourself and tell us a little about your quirk. My name is Yudo Kiba, my quirk is Knight, this allows me to control 4 knights and be an extension of myself. I am Izuku Brinjar, my quirk is Dragon Armor, it is very powerful and can evolve, many say it is a very rare quirk, sensei. Kitsune. I like to see that you are polite. The following changing her smile for a serious one, please present yourselves from left to right when one of your companions finishes. The next one after, understood. All. See sensei. My name is Kunu Brinjar, my quirk is Kitsune, just like yours, sensei. My name is Ria's Gremory, my quirk is Queen's Fear, it is very destructive, but effective at short and long range, sensei. My name is Akeno Himejima, my quirk allows me to condense lightning and have it around me. My name is Manami Aiba, my quirk is Love. I can change a person's feelings for a short time and put them on my side. I'm also a very good hacker. My name is Gwen Stacy, my quirk is Devourer and Spider, it allows me to create a liquid called Devourer, and I can eat things and even meat. The spider allows me to have the abilities of a spider. I am even very strong and resistant. That is what I know about my quirk, sensei. My name is Asia Argento, I have a quirk similar to Izuku's, and I can heal. My armor is like a dragon's, but it's golden. They also say that my quirk is very rare, sensei. My name is Zenovia Quarta, my quirk allows me to create 7 swords, and each one has an ability, the name of that weapon is Durandal, that is my quirk, sensei. My name is Arena Shido, my quirk is Angel, I have wings and a halo of light, I am good at short and long range, and I am very strong sensei. My name is Momoyoi Rosu Lucifer, my quirk is very difficult to explain. I have the ability to harden my body. I have a sword called Irachi in my body which allows me to control a demon, and my armor is like that of a priestess. I can also divide a person's power by half of their total strength. That is my quirk, sensei, and my sisters have others, but we have the same characteristics, only our quirk changes, depending on our mother. My name is Toru Hagakure Lucifer, as you may know, we are sisters, and my quirk is invisibility and shield, I can become visible, and when I want I can become invisible, but I am very dangerous, my nails grow, and I can cut anything apart from the quirks that I share with my sisters, that's all, sensei. My name is Tsuyu Asui Lucifer, I am another of the sisters, and I have wings apart from my quirk which is Rana sensei. My name is Uraraka Achako Lucifer, and I am another of the sisters, but I have a quirk, also somewhat dangerous, gravity, which allows me to increase gravity or remove it, but only within a radius of 5 meters. That is my quirk apart from those I share with my sensei sisters. My name is Jiro Kyoka Lucifer, like my sisters, we have very similar abilities, only one quirk differentiates us. I use my earplugs to listen in a building, and I can create screams with my voice so high-pitched that they would destroy glass or leave opponents in bad shape, but this one is very powerful, and I can affect others 30 meters away, apart from those my sister mentioned, that is my quirk, sensei. My name is Mina Ashido Lucifer, like my sisters I am dangerous, but I have my own acid quirk, this can move like a copy of me and clone others. I can also know what will happen if I send it and where to attack better. I also have a very great physical condition, that is what I can say about my quirk sensei. My name is Lefay Pendragon. I can grow rock dolls and make them my servants. They can fight for me. They are very strong. Also, I can join one of them and become a giant. That is my puppet quirk. I think it is said. I am correct, I think sensei. My name is Kaneko Taoju, my quirk is Fire and Cat, I have cat ears and tails, but I am also very resistant to blows, many say that I have 3 quirks, that is what I can say about my sensei. My name is Kuroka Taoju, like my sister I have almost the same abilities, but I have the conquest ability which allows me to conquer any man, but he must look me in the eyes, and I can make him my servant until I snap, my fingers return to normal, those are my quirks, sensei. My name is Alyson Toshinori, my quirk is Machines. I can replicate a fictional machine, even one from real life, and use it to my advantage. That's my quirk, sensei. My name is Alicia Toshinori, my quirk is Strength and Speed, and I am very strong, that is my quirk, sensei. My name is Katsuki Bakugo, my quirk is Explosion, nothing more, sensei. My name is Sasha Todoroki Beelzebub, I am half cold and half fire, nothing more than sensei. My name is Ravel Phoenix, my power is like the phoenix, I rise from my ashes, I can also create fire vortices 4 meters around, that is my quirk, sensei. My name is Gabriel Sikvera, my quirk is Ascended Angel. This allows me to create 8 pairs of wings, which when shaken create arrows that disable the enemy, and create armor with which I fight, in addition to having very powerful shields, I can also create sword prisons, this is my quirk, sensei. My name is Penuis Boudreau. I have a quirk called Fallen Angel. This ability allows me to have 8 pairs of black wings on my back, with which I create chains by shaking them and keep enemies on the ground. I have 2 swords which absorb a person's power and make them fatigued. This quirk is very dangerous. They told me to only use it in emergencies, that's what I know, sensei. My name is Mina Teeps, I am what is called a vampire quirk. My quirk allows me to feed on blood and I can stop time for several minutes. I can also create illusions with which I can stop my enemies, sensei. That is what I know about my quirk. Kitsune. I see that all of you are strong, it is the best group I have ever had, I hope you prove your worth in this school. Everyone looked at Kitsune with determination and a challenging look, some thought about recovering, others thought about going unnoticed, others about improving themselves and others about being better heroes for the uncertain future. At that moment, a huge explosion destroys the school gate and a man comes out of the twisted iron. It was a man in an owl suit with a cape and a group of villains behind him. The students and teachers see how the man says. Wow, the most powerful school in history, wow, pathetic, I thought there were heroes, not chickens, give me your face, All Might, and face the crime syndicate and maybe I won't kill the whole school, ha 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 ha. This story will continue. Narrator. The group of response heroes was in front of the crime syndicate and All Might sees them and can't believe it. All Might. That's not impossible what my friends the Justice League, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Flash, Green Lantern and Inferno did to them. What happened to them? I'm not the ones you say, All Might, now we are your worst nightmare and this time there will be no one to stop us, ha 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 ha. I am Owlman and I am your worst enemy, ha 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 ha. My new companions and wives P2. As much as High Shoal DXD, images, videos and others are not mine, they are from their respective authors. Without further ado, let's start. In the previous chapter. Kitsune. I see that all of you are strong, it is the best group I have ever had, I hope you prove your worth in this school. Everyone looked at Kitsune with determination and a challenging look, some thought about recovering, others thought about going unnoticed, others about improving themselves and others about being better heroes for the uncertain future. At that moment, a huge explosion destroys the school gate and a man comes out of the twisted iron. It was a man in an owl suit with a cape and a group of villains behind him. The students and teachers see how the man says. Wow, the most powerful school in history, wow, pathetic, I thought there were heroes, not chickens, face me, All Might, and face the crime syndicate and maybe not kill the whole school, ha ha ha. Narrator. The group of response heroes was in front of the crime syndicate and All Might sees them and can't believe it. All Might. That's not impossible what my friends the Justice League, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Flash, Green Lantern and Inferno did to them. What happened to them? I'm not the ones you say, All Might, now we are your worst nightmare and this time there will be no one to stop us, ha 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 ha. I am Owlman and I am your worst enemy, ha 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 ha. In the current chapter. Narrator. The crime syndicate walked and All Might asked their new names. All Might. Now what are villains called? Call me Ultraman, a trash hero. Call me Superwoman, it's a shame you're a hero. Tell me Johnny Quick, you're not very fast, you muscle ball. You are nothing before the mighty power ring, All Might. You will never be able to fight the fire of hell, I, the powerful hellfire, will finish you off, hero. Might Ultraman, formerly called Superman. Superwoman, formerly known as Wonder Woman. Owlman, formerly called Batman. Johnny Quick, formerly Flash. Our ring, formerly called Green Lantern. My friends turned into villains, I don't believe it, something has happened to them, I know, but what? Ultraman. Don't ask yourself questions that have no answer, now die with Speedy went against All Might, but a green flash hit him in the jaw, crashing him against the destroyed door of Ooal and looked at the person responsible and was amazed a red armor with green gems appeared in front of All Might protecting him. Who are you, garbage? Narrator. The person did not respond and pointed at Ultraman. At that moment, an impressive barrier appeared covering the crime syndicate and some with balance breakers managed to enter that barrier. Ultraman. Where are we? Owlman answers. Owlman. I don't know, my scanner doesn't say where we are. Johnny Quick. I've looked around the place but I can't get through. It seems like there's a barrier and it's very strong. That bastard locked us in, but he also signed his death warrant. That's what they think. Hellfire. Well yes, Basu, out of nowhere hellfire was hitting hard, crashing him against a wall which he went through and he was left unconscious. Superwoman. Since Ultraman is very fast, he dresses him. Ultraman. No, I couldn't, he's too fast. Hearing. What is that thing in his hand? What is that thing? It looks like a monster. Something was writhing in the man's hand and it slowly stopped moving until it was only reduced to dust in his hand. That my friend is called a parasite, but they are only for demons and I have seen them before, but not in humans. Now I understand why they act like that. That thing made them act like a villain. Now I, the Red Emperor Dragon, free you from that control, heroes. Ultraman. Don't talk nonsense, cheap dragon. Ultraman went with speed and tried to hit the Red Emperor Dragon, but he dodged easily. How can I not hit you? Because. Iroho. You don't understand, right? I'm much faster and stronger than you, and that's even though I'm in my weakest form at that moment. Owlman throws some blades at him, but he catches them quickly and returns them, making a big explosion causing him to fall hurt. Johnny Quick went with speed, but he was hit in the face and his parasite was ripped from his chest. Two of the crime syndicate had been returned to normal and the hero was winning. What happens? They won't be afraid. Oh yes, Drake, let's start. Greg, whatever you say. Izuku Gale's dragon accelerator. The armor shattered and became smaller and lighter. Narrator. Izuku moved quickly between Almond's blades. Superwoman's sword and lasso were useless, and the green power weapons of Power Ring, which attacked with missiles Jados, which were swallowed by the gem of the booster gear and returned to its wearer, which in a careless moment, he was the next to be freed from that parasite when he was hit against the floor and violently ripped off the parasite by Izuku, and the parasite fell apart in his claws. Ultraman. How do you do it, damn it? Superwoman. It's impossible. Any idea, Almond, where are you? It's not true. Almond. Ultraman. It's not true. OWLMAN. Narrator. 10 meters in the air, the Red Emperor Dragon had Almond suspended, and he screamed as he saw how the parasite was ripped from his chest, and he fainted. He looked at the next ones with those green eyes of the balance breaker which shone intensely, and that pierced the bones of the only ones left standing. Ultraman and Superwoman. Izuku descended from the sky with his imposing red wings with dragon scales, while two groups watched from the shadows of the buildings at the young man with fascination. Knowing who he was, on the roof strands of red and white hair were moved by the wind. That woman looked at the young man with lust and smiled as she saw him advance and challenge the last two villains. Ultraman. Who you are, or rather what you are. Superwoman. Damn, you're not normal. No hero had stopped us, our power. Who are you, Red Emperor Dragon? Iroho. I am a hero. Extending his hand, and a white gemstone with blue gems appeared on his left arm in front of the two and said divide, 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 divide. Narrator. One of the groups was amazed by that ability and it reminded them of someone. Ultraman. You don't scare me with it. He hit him and didn't move him even an inch. No, that's true. How is that impossible? Ultraman hit Izuku's armor, but it had no effect on him. No. How my power doesn't affect you, tell me. Izuku. You don't understand, right? A few seconds ago I divided your power. That means your power is not the same anymore, idiot. Ultraman's blows hit hard while Superwoman moved back in terror. I've already told you. You're not going to hurt me, idiot. Hitting Ultraman hard, which with each blow diminished him, and he fell to his knees, and Izuku raised the claws of his hand and pulled something from Ultraman's chest, and he fell to the ground while the parasite writhed in his hands, and it stopped moving slowly until it turned to dust and looked at the terrified Superwoman, who had a grimace of pure terror, and she could no longer react, and Izuku hit her in the stomach that made her faint, and with his right hand he ripped the parasite from her back, and before dying he said, "Parasite. My master Risivan will kill you, Red Emperor Dragon. You are not immortal. If I kill you once, I can kill you again." Izuku. I know, trash. At that moment the barrier is shattered and All Might is seen surprised to see his companions defeated, and in front of him, a man with red armor and green gems shining. Well, he says everything is fine because I'm here. The heroes have won. Narrator. In a few hours the video of a young Avia defeating the crime syndicate went viral. Kitsune and Valkyrie along with Auden were happy he had accomplished defeat. A few hours later the heroes had returned to normal and told something disturbing to All Might and the others. Batman. We were in the Hall of Justice when a man appeared in front of us. His name was Risivan and he released some kind of parasites. I was the last to fall for that. I know it's weird, but that Risivan guy forced us to go to Japan, and after that, I don't remember anything until now. All Might. Now we not only have to take care of All for One, now a new villain appears, the curse that you remember the most. Flash. Yes, before we transported, I saw a circle below us, that's all I know, and then everything went black, and now I can't remember anything. Superman. If it's true and then we appeared here and I lost all reason and I don't remember anything else, excuse us, all might not be of much help. Kitsune. You said Risivan. Oh, we are not in big trouble. Auden. Our worst enemy survived. Valkyrie. All Might, call all your heroes, we have a bigger problem than All for One. Narrator. Several groups had gathered and focused, All Might said. They might. I have gathered you here for a problem, the whole planet is at risk. Yasaka, Auden, tell us what enemies we have. Yasaka. As you know, humans have been protected by All Might, but I am from the supernatural world. Yes, I know it sounds crazy, but it is real. All of their deities are real. I am from the Yokai faction, and by my side is Auden, the god of Asgard. Auden. I know it's troublesome, but the enemy we're facing is very powerful. His name is Risivan Lucifer. He caused us a lot of trouble before, but now he's back. Narrator. At that moment Izuku enters the room. Izuku. He was the one who killed Miyazaki and divided the factions. I know it's crazy, but call all the factions. It's necessary for the war that is coming. I know it's very hasty, but now we don't know if he already has parasites in this school. Did you see what happened to them? Yasaka. But Izuku. Auden. We have no other choice, Yasaka, we have to ally ourselves with them once again. Yasaka. Although I despise them, but you're right, Auden. Izuku, All Might know all the factions, and this should not leave this room. Izuku brings Ria's Gremory. Izuku. Yes, Yasaka-san. Narrator. A few minutes later Riaz arrived and looked down on everyone except Izuku and said. Riaz. I'm here Yasaka-sama, what do you want? Yasaka. Risavan is alive. Riaz. When she arrived she expressed her victory grimace, and when she heard what Yasaka said she expressed one of fear that is impossible. Risavan is dead, we saw him die 30 years ago. Yasaka. I call all factions, we have a lot to talk about. To be continued. Narrator. A few thousand kilometers from the city of heroes a castle was well guarded by multiple monsters inside. On a throne in front of the monsters a man laughed. My experiments on humans were a success, but still that damn sequiryute keeps spoiling my plans. This time I will destroy your soul Issei, but first you will have to face my demonic generals that cost me so much work to create. In front of him, six figures smiled happily. Let the factions game begin, and this time they won't defeat me so easily, and not even the deceased All for One could defeat me, hahaha. The gathering of the factions, heroes versus villains P1. In the previous chapter. Narrator. At that moment Izuku enters the room. Izuku. He was the one who killed me Yasaka and divided the factions. I know it's crazy but call all the factions. It's necessary for the war that is coming. I know it's very hasty, but now we don't know if he already has parasites in the school. Did you see what happened to them? Yasaka. But today. Auden. We have no other choice, Yasaka, we have to ally ourselves with them once again. Yasaka. Although I despise them, but you're right Auden. Izuku, All Might know all the factions, and this should not leave this room. Izuku brings Ria's Gremory. Izuku. You don't know. Narrator. A few minutes later Riaz arrived and looked down on everyone except Izuku and said. Riaz. I'm here Yasaka-sama, what do you want? Yasaka. Risavan is alive. Riaz. When she arrived she expressed her victory grimace, and when she heard what Yasaka said she expressed one of fear that is impossible. Risavan is dead, we saw him die 30 years ago. Yasaka. I call all factions, we have a lot to talk about. Narrator. A few thousand kilometers from the city of heroes a castle was well guarded by multiple monsters inside. On a throne in front of the monsters a man laughed. My experiments on humans were a success, but still that damn sequiryute keeps spoiling my plans. This time I will destroy your soul Issei, but first you will have to face my demonic generals that cost me so much work to create. In front of him, six figures smiled with happiness. Let the factions game begin, and this time they will not defeat me so easily, and not even the deceased All for One could against me, hahaha. In the current chapter. Narrator. That day classes were postponed, and at 8 p.m. everyone arrived, the fallen angels, demons, yokai, Asgardians, and the faction of the gods of Mexico, in addition to the Olympians and the dragons who looked at Izuku and his sister among the many demon clans, saw the young man as their new reproducer, because in the last 50 years the children of the noble demon clans, to be exact 98%, had been women. Because of every 20 births, only 2 were men who did not want to have children, and now he would be their salvation, or so they thought, and the head of the faction Surziches took the floor. Surziches. As you know, one of our most dangerous enemies, Risavan, survived after the war, and the factions now have new support. The heroes know that he will eventually come and we have to be ready for the battles. Auden, some information about the parasites. Auden. Don't talk to me like that, demon. Remember that this is only to destroy Risavan. After this, we will be enemies again. It was clear. Well, yes, I have it. My grandson Izuku was the one who discovered this, because he can defeat them by trapping them in his claws, thanks to the boosted gear. According to my scientists, these can be removed by other sacred gear originals and copies, because these are the only ones with which this damn parasite can be stopped. Almight. So these parasites are not so indestructible, only for normal people, and demons are dangerous. Izuku. Not entirely, they also affect gods and all factions. It is very dangerous. These things also change memories, but by destroying them they will return to normal. It also depends on the host. If he is still a murderer, he will be good and will even be able to do heroic acts. He can live his entire life as a good person. That is the positive effect of this parasite. But if someone is good and has ideals, it will be catastrophic because he will wish the death of humanity and be something terrible for everyone. The parasites that he destroyed were to make villains, and Risavan knows everything. We have to be on the defensive. He can attack any group, and we do not know what allies he has. In addition to the villains who are in the streets, we have to unite and fight for a greater good, and they know it. Narrator. Auden, Yasaka and the other factions saw that Izuku was a great strategist, in addition to having very good ideas. All the groups present saw that Izuku was more than just a young man. He had a privileged mind in addition to having a commanding voice and a temper of steel. The women present saw Izuku as a potential partner, but at that moment a man entered the place, and Izuku looked at him with disinterest. So the sequiryute is alive. My enemy is here to demonstrate his power. Oh, to make an idiot, smiling quietly, and at that moment 4 goddesses moved quickly and left the white-haired young man with a grimace of astonishment. Quetzalcoatl. Look, Akuyuko, I don't know why I want to rip your heart out now, Trash with a grimace of madness appeared on his face. Freya. If you dare to challenge him, I will tear you apart. Her face showed madness and ecstasy. Bastard. He is something that I want to conquer. Trash. If you dare to touch a hair, I assure you that all of us here will kill you. A grimace of happiness and hatred was drawn on her face. It was clear. Butzilla. I swear I'll eat your still beating heart if you don't get away from him. Volley Lucifer. I swear. His face and hands changed to claws. My sisters are not here, but I am, and I will defend him while they are gone, for my pride as a goddess and that of my sisters Tezcatlipoca and Tenadia. Narrator. Volley saw them and didn't move. He knew that those 4 goddesses could kill him, and Izuku said. Izuku. Wait, Volley Lucifer, your daughters are not Momo, Sayu, Achako, Mina, Toru and Jiru. Volley. Yes, because. Izuku. I see. The good thing is that none of them brought out your bad temper, but speaking of enemies, he looked at him and he disappeared and reappeared in front of him to everyone's amazement, and Volley saw that he was much faster than the previous sequiryute, and a smile appeared on Izuku's face. If you want to fight, let's do it, but don't complain about the result. At that moment, Volley stepped back from that aura of death that Izuku had. What's happening? The dragon ate your tongue. Volley. For now I'll leave you, sequiryute, next time there will be a battle to the death, I swear. Izuku. I hope, with eager anticipation. Auden. Well, it was clear that there will be a battle soon, and I hope to see it. Hahaha. For now the battle will be for another occasion. Our enemy is on the move. Heroes, gods and factions, we must be on alert. Izuku. Rias and the other young people leave tomorrow. You have to get up early. Izuku. Yes, grandfather, I retire. Goddesses, factions and others. At that moment, Ross was hugged him and smiled at everyone, and a magic circle ascended while he dropped into her chest, and Rias felt a pang in her chest, while all the goddesses looked at Rias with a smile hidden behind her hands, while Rias boiled with jealousy. She knew that a group already had him, and that if she did not hurry to fall in love with him at all costs, in addition to the new additions, and the daughters of Volley Lucifer. And the daughters of other heroes were now enemies of the Grimoire clan. Rias. Now I will be stronger and try to bring him to me. Izuku is mine, not yours, bitches. Narrator. In the League of Villains, All for One was happy his son had a super strong quirk, and thanks to the brave She-Venom already had more detailed information in addition to his son being extremely dangerous to beat the heroes of the United States alone. Afo. Hahaha, my son is on another level, worthy son of the powerful. All for One, dear daughters, make him come to your father's side. He will be the one to free this world from the supernatural. Hahaha, those bastards almost managed to stop me, but thanks to my current partner, I managed to make them, and all might think that I had died. Isn't that right, cutie? Yes, dear, I will help you in everything, and we will return your son to the true path of good that Nana Shimura swears to you. Afo. Yes, Nana, it's time for them to see that the government kills and deceives its citizens. They should open their eyes. It's not like that, my dear League of Villains. Dodo see All for One Sama. Narrator. The next morning classes resumed and class 1 was waiting for Yasaka, but at that moment Almight said. Might. I'm here, hahaha. Almight sensei. Might. Hahaha, yes young people, I will be your teacher. Well, young ladies and 2 young men touching the wall, and several briefcases came out except 19, which were empty. Well, take your hero suits, and I'll see you at the Gamma training camp. See you leaving the place with great speed. Everyone. How fast? Narrator. Kiba and Izuku were walking to the Gamma training camp and Kiba said. Kiba. How is your hero costume, Izuku? Izuku. You already know it. Princess. Kiba looked at Izuku in amazement, and Izuku said balance breaker, boosted gear, scale mail. The place shone green and red and showed the red armor with green gems, and Izuku said, come on, we have to get to Almight sensei. Kiba's Izuku when? Narrator. While in the women's locker room everyone was looking at each other, they knew that some were going after Izuku now that he was super powerful. The factions, the heroines, the villains and Kunu along with her allies knew that Izuku was in danger in these groups that were here, but they dressed and saw Kiba yell at Izuku. Kiba. You're crazy, Izuku. Fighting against 2 groups is crazy. Also, who will be your partner? All Might wants to see how strong you are. If they defeat you in the first test, you'll be at the bottom of the grades. Izuku. You still don't know how powerful I can be, hahaha, princess. Might. Are you sure, Izuku Sonen? Izuku. More than sure, All Might sensei. Might. Okay, Izuku, choose the team you will face. Izuku. Ah, this All Might sensei, and I want to be the villain in both battles. Might. Well, I just hope you don't regret your decision and that in the end you'll face a villain as a hero. That's understood. Izuku see All Might. Might. Well, the heroines are in position, the villain too. The team of heroines are Asia, Mina, Rias, Zenobia, Irina, Ravel, Penig, Gabriel, Kaneko, Kuroka, Kiba, Akeno and Lefei. On the side of the villains Izuku Brinjar. Well, you have the villain cornered, he has a bomb, try to prevent the villain from activating it, your duty is to stop him, do you understand, heroes? Team 1. Yes, Almight. Izuku. You're a sensei. Narrator. Everyone was in their seats and Izuku looked at the room very calmly and said. Izuku. It must be an epic battle, but I don't know, I'll leave them that easy, hahaha. He closed his eyes and in his mind he looked at a galaxy and appreciated it. At that moment he opened his eyes and said another dimension. The whole room was filled with darkness. Narrator. While Riaz was more than nervous, she knew that he would take revenge for what happened 50 years ago and she drew up her plan. Riaz. Akeno, Lefei, Mina and I will be on floor 1, Yuto will go first, investigate what he is plotting on floor 5 and if you can attack him, Asia, Irina, Zenobia and Ravel will go to floor 4, if they see that Yuto does not respond, they will go to floor 5 to help him, Penig, Gabriel will be on floor 3 as a reserve, they will look for traps, and finally Kaneko, Kuroka will go to floor 2, as a reserve, stay prepared for anything. Ainz, are you ready for the battles to begin? Narrator. Everyone follows the steps, but they never found any signs of traps until Yuto arrived at the 5th floor seeing the door and All Might said. Almight. Only 45 minutes left. At that moment All Might sees the bomb chamber and sees that Izuku is wearing red armor and another young man next to him has black armor with purple gems. What could that be? An illusion. I think I see two Izakas. Who knew? That's it. Another dimension. Izuku can do that incredible attack, that attack is from Hades, it shows you your worst nightmares, and it's very terrible, wait, that's Issei, Grimory clan, I wish you luck. Narrator. When Yuto opened the door, a corridor led him to a red door that said traitor. He opened it and there were thousands of broken swords on the ground. He saw someone in a pile of corpses, copies of him. We meet again Yuto Kiba. At that moment a person is seen, and he takes off his helmet. Yes, it's me, I've come to kill you for the 1000th time. Yuto Issei. This is an illusion, right, my friend? Issei. Friend. Haha no, you are the traitor, and you are going to suffer everything that I suffered, creating a sword with his blood that is scattered on the ground to Yuto's fear. This is your sword, and this will end your life, beg me, and also beg the Demon King to protect you, because I will kill you here. At that moment he pushed himself, and Yuto covered himself with his sword, but it broke and blood came out of his body. Narrator. The other groups were near the door where Yuto had entered and the first to enter are Irina, Ravel, Zenobia and Asia. Upon passing through the door, they see a vast field of flowers and a bright sun. They walk without realizing that they are stepping on blood. From one moment to the next, the sun darkened and the field of flowers became an inert wasteland, and darkness absorbed them. Writer. From minute 124 to 252 nothing more. Irina. What happened to this place and where are we? Zenobia. Be careful, this could be an illusion. Asia. We must proceed with caution. Ravel. This place gives me the creeps. Narrator. They continued walking while the sound of water on their feet was heard and they found Issei falling to the ground killed by them, who turned into red cherry petals, and they ran to him, but when they turned him over his body turned into stone and he said. Issei. I will never forgive them. All. Excuse us Issei, no. They tried to wake him up, but he sank deeper and deeper, while the four tried to break the stone armor. Some rays came out of them, but the more they hit the ground, a figure of pure hatred rose up behind them, and when they realized that someone was behind them, they turned around and saw that figure, and blocked that figure with their weapons. Issei. Issei. Revenge is a dish best served cold and enjoyed slowly, and that is what I will do. While they watched terrified as that shadow that was more like a soul full of revenge and hatred approached them with speed and with swords in their hands. Die traitors. All. Don't do it Issei. They dodged the attack, and a part of where they were was divided in half, and Zenobia, Irina, Ravel and Asia were surprised by their power, while that figure of pure hatred watched them. Wait Issei, we promise you, but they were stopped by a scream. Issei. Nuevo. Promises are just illusions of the past I never lived. They were on guard, and he attacked them violently. That is the harsh reality. There are never dreams, there is no love, only revenge and hate. They only saw Issei near them, with his sword centimeters from their faces, and everything went black. Narrator. While in the observation room everyone was amazed, Yuto Kalo fell in love the moment he entered, and the next group also fell under Izuku's gaze, who looked without interest at everyone who entered. Seiya. What is that black mist coming out of Izuku? Ichako. I don't know sister, but it left everyone who entered unconscious. Momo. It will be difficult to enter, and defeating him will not be easy. Mina. If just entering knocks you out, Izuku will win. We must come up with a plan. Toru. Now I'm scared of Izuku, but I like his way of being. Jiru. We'll have to be very careful or he'll eliminate us like he did them. Kunu. That technique is another dimension. All. Another dimension. Kunu. That attack releases a pheromone which affects the enemies, it makes them dream of their worst fears and leaves them unconscious, until my brother frees them, they will have the same dream over and over again, even if they have died in their dream, they will return to the beginning, it is a terrible technique and is very scary. Momo. Another dimension is very dangerous. I wonder what he is dreaming about. Who knew? I don't think you want to know. Narrator. Penu and Gabriel approached the door with the intention of helping and entered, one with her spear and the other with her two swords, but they only found a path full of red roses. They walked and in the middle of all those roses was Issei, and his blood was being drained by the roses. They removed the roses in desperation, but from each one she managed to hurt herself and spill her blood on those roses, managing to get her beloved out, but he turned to blood in the face of their terror. Gabriel. What did we do? What did we do? Penu. What we did to her was inhuman even for us, and they heard a voice. Even you regret it, hahaha. I will show you how much pain I endure. The flowers turned into a huge red dragon with green eyes. This is the Crimson Purgatory, and from here you will see what they did to him. They were tied hand and foot by those roses. At that moment, they saw figures come out of the blood. They were the factions and Issei fighting. Well, from their chests, two shadows came out that sank into the ground full of blood, and their shadows came out of that blood to attack Issei. See what they did to him. Penu. Gabriel. No. No. Nu. Stop. Nu again. Narrator. In another part of the building, Kuroka and Kaneko were waiting for orders from Rias and she said. Rias. Go on, I have a bad feeling. Kuroka. Kaneko, I don't know why, I feel like something very bad is happening. Kuroka. Kaneko. See, Rias-san. Narrator. On the top floor, Izuku moved everyone while some cried, others in their dreams tried to free themselves and extended their hand towards him, while a black booster gear produced black threads that joined everyone's minds. Issei. Leave them to me, you protect the bomb, Izuku. Izuku. See Issei. Narrator. At the door, Kuroka and Kaneko were about to enter when they see the threads and dodge them entering and see two armors, one black with purple orbs and one red with crimson cardinal, the most powerful armor of Issei 50 years ago. Kaneko. That black armor is full of hatred, sister. Kuroka. Yes, but because there are two boosted gear armors, don't tell me that one is Issei's soul and the other is Izuku's. While they were crying, the original boosted gear attacked them with Arena's and Zenovia's swords that the cat sisters blocked with great difficulty. At that moment, Yudo's weapons spun around them like a tornado of swords. Well, they couldn't believe it, and Izuku's helmet disappeared, showing a new face that made them both amazed. No, impossible, you are Issei. Issei. Yes, and I'm here to defeat the villains. At that moment the swords became part of their armor, and from one moment to the next, they fainted after being hit with the handles, and he nailed the weapons to the ground, returning them to normal. Everything is over, just wait in the monitoring room. No one could believe it. Izuku took another form and overwhelmed the enemy with just one blow, and Almight thought. Ain't how powerful is Izuku Prinjar? Ali's daughters. Perhaps he is so powerful, so much more reason to bring him into our family, hahaha. Sasha. So dad was right, he will be the future of the new world. I have to have him, isn't it, Ajuka Ottomson? Manami Gwen. Dad will be very happy that you're back, brother, besides, your power is monstrous. How much can you give us, dear? Smiling quietly. Gunu. You already have it completely under control, brother. No, my love. Narrator. The last women who had not been defeated were climbing up, but Lefei senses a dark magic. Lefei. We have problems, the magic there is very dark, be careful, understand. Rias. Issei is so dark, he must have a lot of resentment towards us. Akeno. We must prepare a strategy. Mina. Damn, I'll go, let my subjects go. Thousands of animal shadows rose, but they disappeared when they reached the door. Impossible. Narrator. The door opened and Izuku was seen with a red armor with green orbs, and these shone brightly, and a chant was heard. Izuku. I am the one who will plunge the factions into despair. I am the one who destroys evil and I love goodness. I hate sleep and I will destroy the White Bishop. He who carries the Red Emperor Dragon will be the reborn hero of a soul that was denied his life and his happiness. I am the Red Emperor Dragon. At that moment, as if it were a green sun, it illuminated the place, and this path slowly towards the Maria. Akeno felt a hatred greater than that of the Trioxa. Lefei vomited and saw him again. The magical power that Izuku had was gigantic, more than hers. Mina felt an ecstasy when she saw that look of hatred and domination. Mina. One of those men, I need my love. You are mine, daddy. She went quickly, but a snap of this left her unconscious, falling into his arms. While he had a smile, he looked at her face and said. Issei. I don't know you, wait, you're Mina-san. He left Mina on the floor and looked at the last woman and said this is her imminent end. At that moment he says All Might. They might. The villain wins. Izuku. I won so quickly, I see, my other self would have gone against them from the beginning, but I think he still hasn't forgiven them completely, especially Urias. The others suffered their punishment, but not you. Next time I'll make sure to destroy them in battle, especially you, Lefei. Even though you betrayed me, you had your doubts and didn't attack me directly, and that's why I'll give you and Mina a second chance, just for them. The others, win it. Izuku carried Mina, who settled more on his chest, to the anger of the only women who were still standing, Akeno and Rias, as Lefei was carried by a ghost from the past, walking slowly to the infirmary. Rias. Wait, Issei, why so much hate? Shadow Issei. You don't know what pain is. If you knew, you wouldn't say anything. Now gather your group and tell them that my anger isn't gone yet. Now it's gone. Narrator. The shadow returned to where Lefei was and they left. Rias fell silent and cried when she saw that Issei had still accepted some of them into his group and she wasn't among them. She watched Izuku leave and disappear into the hallways while the other group was planning how to fight Izuku, and that shadow when they entered the next building, they see all their companions hurt on their way to the infirmary and that terrified them and made them rethink their strategy. Who knew? Girls, be careful, my brother is very dangerous, he can even face a god, so be careful. All. A god. Who knew? Yes, I'll tell you something, Izuku doesn't have a quirk, in reality he has a dragon inside him, so don't take it lightly, he's very strong, and no one has seen his full power. Wanami, so our master's son is a dragon. When? Hahaha, so she has the blood of a magnificent dragon, now I can have something with Manami, I won't let you get ahead of me. H. Diwali. So he is dad's enemy, but we are sorry father, but he is what we want, and we are going to fight for him, and to be the first to have his children, hahaha. Alicia Allison. Now that we see it, it's very cute and we're going to have you, Izuku. Pitsuki. I'm not going to share you with anyone, damn hexy Izuku, I want you all to myself. Narrator. A few minutes later everyone was ready for the next fight and Almight said. Almight. Okay Izuku, are you ready? Izuku. Yes, I'm ready for the hunt, smiled. We'll continue. Narrator. In the infirmary the girls woke up and Yudo was the first, breathing heavily and grabbing his neck. Yudo. I died 1,000 times, how was that possible? He was a monster, now I understand what he suffered. Gabriel Penu. We too saw him die over and over again begging for our shadows to stop, but to no avail, we saw him die by our hands 100 times, I can still hear our voices screaming traitor curse. Asia Zenobia Arena. We died by her hand 45 times in different ways, her voice was full of rage and hatred, we caused her so much pain for her to tell us that, she will never forgive us. Hiroka Kaneko. Her power is beastly, just one hit and she'll leave us in a bad way. Lefei. He said he forgave me, but it's still not completely. Mina. I had a good dream, he told me that he forgave me, that's good, everyone looked at her with hatred, I better keep quiet. Ryuzakeno. He told us that he will treat us the same as you, and that we should await his punishment. Kunu. I see that it didn't go very well for you. Kunu. Kunu. You hurt him a lot, you don't deserve to be with him, but I see some that my brother forgave, not completely, I hope you remedy this with your lives, see you Grimory bitches leaving the place. All. We will get it back, we swear to you, Kunu, and to you, Issei. The factions, heroes vs villains P2. In the previous chapter. Narrator. The shadow returned to where Lefei was and they left. Rias fell silent and cried when she saw that Issei had still accepted some of them into his group and she wasn't among them. She watched Izuku leave and disappear into the hallways while the other group was planning how to fight Izuku, and that shadow when they enter the next building, they see all their companions hurt on their way to the infirmary and that terrified them and made them rethink their strategy. Who knew? Girls, be careful, my brother is very dangerous, he can even face a god, so be careful. All. A god. Who knew? Yes, I'll tell you something, Izuku doesn't have a quirk, in reality he has a dragon inside him, so don't take it lightly, he's very strong, and no one has seen his full power. Wanami, so our master's son is a dragon. When? Hahaha, so she has the blood of a magnificent dragon, now I can have something with Manami, I won't let you get ahead of me. H. Diwali. So he is dad's enemy, but we are sorry father, but he is what we want, and we are going to fight for him, and to be the first to have his children. Alicia Allison. Now that we see it, it's very cute and we're going to have you, Izuku. Pitsuki. I'm not going to share you with anyone, damn hexy Izuku, I want you all to myself. Shasa. I won't let them get ahead of me, he's mine, I swear. Narrator. A few minutes later everyone was ready for the next fight and Almight said. Almight. Okay Izuku, are you ready? Izuku. Yes, I'm ready for the hunt, smiled. Narrator. In the infirmary the girls woke up and Yudo was the first, breathing heavily and grabbing his neck. Yudo. I died 1,000 times, how was that possible? He was a monster, now I understand what he suffered. Gabriel Penu. We too saw him die over and over again begging for our shadows to stop, but to no avail, we saw him die by our hands 100 times, I can still hear our voices screaming traitor curse. Asia Zenobia Arena. We died by her hand 45 times in different ways, her voice was full of rage and hatred, we caused her so much pain for her to tell us that, she will never forgive us. Hiroka Kaneko. Her power is beastly, just one hit and she'll leave us in a bad way. Lefei. He said he forgave me, but it's still not completely. Mina. I had a good dream, he told me that he forgave me, that's good, ha everyone looked at her with hatred, I better keep quiet. Ryuzakeno. He told us that he will treat us the same as you, and that we should await his punishment. Kunu. I see that it didn't go very well for you. Kunu. Kunu. You hurt him a lot, you don't deserve to be with him, but I see some that my brother forgave, not completely, I hope you remedy this with your lives, see you Grimory bitches leaving the place. All. We will get it back, we swear to you, Kunu, and to you, Issei. In the current chapter. Almight. Heroes and villains are ready, let's start. Izuku. This time I'll fight well, let's start. The six sisters were going up the stairs when Toru saw a flash of the future, as they fell defeated, looking straight at Izuku, and he said I found them. Toru. All down. A shot from the draconic cannons passed centimeters from them when they fell to the ground, the wall behind them fragmented, that was an incredible pressure attack that I could use. Izuku oh they got ahead of my attack. Well, let's start with the Major League's Balance Breaker Cardinal Emperor armor. Narrator. While in the camera room everyone had already arrived, some with superficial wounds, and others just looked at Izuku with that new armor. Almight. That's a new armor. Ryuz. It can't be, didn't Issei use all his power on us, he's impressive. Momo. Behind me shields. She created several shields in front of them. Izuku. Do you think some shields will stop me? I don't think so. At that moment, his fists began to flash with fire. Hell beats. The blows hit Momo's shield, who saw how it destroyed her shields with no intention of stopping. Momo. He's very fast, my magic shields can't handle much damage, damn Ichako you're slow. Ichako. Yes, gravity pressure. At that moment Izuku began to move slower due to the force of gravity. It's impossible, he shouldn't move, they are 100 times stronger than the Earth's gravity. Izuku. This is a walk in the park, they won't be able to do any damage with this, haha, wait, what is that? A powerful horn was created behind Momo. That's a horn, it can't be, that's for Jiru. Jiru. Let's start with this, take this villain sound disturbance. The sound impact made his blows bounce back. We're doing it, let's go ahead. Izuku. Good strategy, hahaha, I like that, this is a great time, show me how much you can stop me. At that moment he detransformed and smiled passionately, let's see what you can do with this transformation. Toru saw the future again and saw something, but could not react to the impact of power that Izuku subjected them to. Boosted gear dividing fusion. Red and white Imperial Destroyer. The energy charge caused them to cover themselves from that thunder of energy arrays and power condensing in front of them. Show me if your power can withstand mine. All. Damn, we're done for. Venom. Not yet my love. She threw her webs at her wrists and pulled them up. It's over. El Brava. She Venom, you are an idiot, the bomb is above us. Venom. That's not true, but out of nowhere the power disappeared and destroyed her webs with speed, went against Venom, hitting her hard in the stomach, and she fainted. That's power. El Brava. It's not true, I pretended. At that moment he stood to the side and hit the Brave's neck, making her fall, but he carried her princess style. Izuku. I wouldn't let the bomb go to waste, I was aware of all of them, haha, okay, let's get serious. Out of nowhere, Jiru's horn was reduced to pieces, it hit Momo's shields, piercing them all and hitting her stomach, and she fainted before the eyes of her sisters. Ichako and Jiru fell to the ground from a slight blow to the back of the neck, or so they thought, because Izuku already had them, he carried them leaving them on a nearby wall, caressing his face. Looking at their faces of the remaining ones, and Toru looked closely at him, but out of nowhere she fainted. Mina and Sayu were terrified to see him centimeters from them, and when he was going to touch Sayu, she became intangible. Oh, intangibility, good defense. At that moment he saw Mina and tried to kick her in the neck, but she created an armor with her acid, but this was undone by the blow, and she fainted from the pressure of this. Oh, only you and I are left. Sayu carrying the other ones and leaving them on the wall. Let's start. Sayu. Yes, I know she moves with speed and hits Izuku, but he doesn't move and tries to touch her, but her intangibility doesn't allow it. Now I know that between us I can win. Izuku. You really haven't noticed, have you? Igira divide. Sayu. What? At that moment he touched her. That is impossible. Now she saw how the blue gem of her white armor affected her. That is impossible. Energy division. Izuku. You really didn't notice, that will be your downfall. You were watching my movement so closely that you didn't notice my power split. Sayu. Wait, I'm moving slower. At that moment he grabs you by the neck. What the hell, it's not true. Izuku. It's your end heroine Red Dragon Thunder. The electric energy ran through her body and she fainted. Well, I got rid of several, but I still have some left. At that moment 3 women attacked him, and when they were a few centimeters from hitting them directly, he put up his magic shield. Shinya e Neutrino, Destruction Delaware Smas. Izuku. I see that the three of them came. Wow, I wanted to see them in combat and they didn't give me any chance thanks to my shield. I managed to repel their attacks a little more. And Kitsuki. Alicia and Allison would have fallen. Hahaha, this will be fun. Let's start the duel. At that moment on the other side of the building, Kunu and Sasha hear a loud bang and see how an armor almost falls apart. She gets out of the rubble. Wow, you withstood my attack. You are the first to withstood my full dragon form. Alicia-san, coming out of the well. Babylon Cardinal Dragon. Kunu. My brother in his Cardinal Dragon Babylon form, his ultimate form. We will not be able to beat Sasha. Sasha. This is Izuku in his incredible dragon form. Wait, are those the ones on his tail? Are they Kitsuki and Allison? Izuku. Well, I've seen them in battle, but they're still not at my level. Wow, I exaggerated, I think. Ainz. The winner is the villain. Izuku. Seriously, I won again. Okay, what can we do? Good, it's time to heal everyone. Healing tears. Tears came out of his eyes and dispersed throughout the school. At that moment, Almighty felt his body being healed along with everyone else present and he returned to normal. Izuku smiling. Well, time to end this day. Narrator. Everyone's combat wounds had healed and an old one too, but some looked at the 4 transformations that Izuku had done, knowing that he had gone through and by far. Everyone just needed to know how much power and strength he could have behind him and no one knew that for sure. Ainz. I still don't know why Izuku looks so much like my son, even his name is very familiar. I have to know who Izuku Brinjar is. To be continued. Narrator. While in the League of Villains they had already hacked the system and knew that bringing Izuku to the side of evil was the best and now it would be to bring his son to his side and this time All For One would know how to do it. Afo. You know that having ties is very dangerous, don't you think so, Ajuka? Ajuka. It's worth it as long as you have your son. For me, I'm delighted that we will be a family in the future. My daughter Sasha has to be one of his harem. Many from other clans want what I'm doing, but I'll give you everything I can as a gift. I'll give you 1000 phoenix tears and weapons of my creation. What are you saying? Afo. Well, I agree, but my daughter will come first, that's clear. Ajuka. I accept, I have no objection, but I know that wretched Rizavam is nearby. Keep me updated and I will help you with whatever I can. You know that very well. All For One. Afo. Yes, Ajuka, we see each other, so Rizavam is alive. Well, when my son is as strong as me, no one will be able to against us or the factions. Narrator. Elsewhere, a group of demons were preparing to attack the most renowned school of heroes and Rizavam said. Rizavam. I hope you have everything planned. Ulquiorra, Grimjo, Neutra. Ulquiorra. Don't worry, Master Rizavam, you'll soon have that man dead. The 3 calamities swear it, hahaha. Grimjo. Don't worry, Master, we will kill him for you. Neutra. We will bring you the head of that idiot, Master. Rizavam. Then go kill them all. The Wrath of the Dragon P1. In the previous chapter. Narrator. Everyone's combat wounds had healed and an old one too, but some looked at the 4 transformations that Izuku had done, knowing that he had gone through and by far. Everyone just needed to know how much power and strength he could have behind him and no one knew that for sure. Ainz. I still don't know why Izuku looks so much like my son, even his name is very familiar. I have to know who Izuku Brinjar is. Narrator. Elsewhere, a group of demons were preparing to attack the most renowned school of heroes and Rizavam said. Rizavam. I hope you have everything planned. Ulquiorra, Grimjo, Neutra. Ulquiorra. Don't worry, Master Rizavam, you'll soon have that man dead. The 3 calamities swear it, hahaha. Grimjo. Don't worry, Master, we will kill him for you. Neutra. We will bring you the head of that idiot, Master. Rizavam. Then go kill them all. In the current chapter. Narrator. The next morning the students were entering class and they all saw Izuku enter the room. They were going to talk to him, but someone called him through the megaphone. Student Izuku Brinjar, please report to the office. Izuku. Ha, why would they love me? Nisan, take care, I'll catch up with you at USJ. Kunu. Yes, Izuku Nai, I'll see you there, don't be long. He nodded and left. What bad luck. Narrator. At that moment Yasaka arrives and tells them. Yasaka. Hey everyone, let's go to the bus. I know Izuku will be interrogated by a group so he won't be here. Let's go quickly, young people. Narrator. While in another place 2 groups were preparing to enter into battle. One was Izuku's father All For One and on behalf of Rizavam with his demons who were happy, except for one Ulquiorra who looked at the screen and saw Izuku's power. Ulquiorra. He will be a very difficult enemy, don't be too confident, he is dangerous. Grimjo. Please, Ulquiorra, it will be like a walk in the park. I also see the stupid Gremory, the daughters of Akruyuko and finally Yasaka, along with the daughter of Ajuka Beelzebub. The other 2 will be a piece of cake. Don't you think so, Neutra? Neutra. It will be like taking candy from a baby, haha. Rizavan. I don't want any mistakes, kill Izuku, it was clear. All. Yes, boss. Narrator. In the direction of Ooal were the strongest heroes on the planet and they said that something had happened at that moment. Izuku arrives, knocks on the door and Nezu answers. Nezu. Come in. Narrator. He enters and sees the factions along with the strongest heroes of each country. Izuku. Something happened, right? Nezu. Yes, Izuku, some of the heroes have had problems with Rizvan, and even villains have saved their cities and others as heroes have attacked their companions, but thanks to your information and the advances of the factions, the parasites have been stopped. Izuku started once a world war with the heroes and the factions. Azazel, how many sacred gears have you given to the heroes? Azazel. So far 1234 artificial secret gears which are distributed throughout the globe in addition to having 1345 villains who joined the heroes. Izuku. Even so, it's not enough, surely All for One has already realized it and can make everyone who was contaminated join him, the problems have just begun. Sorry for interrupting, my name is Grand Order, I am a heroine from the United States and I have seen them in action. They are very dangerous and a group of friends had become villains. Some managed to escape and we held others back, but they were no longer the same. Thanks to you, my friends returned to normal and I am grateful. Izuku. Even so there are many who have not had better luck than you, well for now Azazel make another 3000 artificial sacred gears. We need those weapons to stop villains that are increasing. The heroes do not act on their own, we do not want to lose more companions. It was clear. Another thing, we know that Rizvan attacked Japan first, that means he is here somewhere. If we defeat him we will win, but against him I need all the factions. The heroes and more. I know that I ask a lot of you, but we have to be together to defeat this fearsome villain who will not stop until he kills everyone and is the only one who rules over all. That is clear to us, right? Everyone nodded and saw in the young man the next symbol of peace, not only of the factions, heroes and humanity. Then I will tell you my plan to combat this plague. Narrator. 30 minutes before the meeting the first was boarding the bus to go to the URJ. Everyone is intrigued by not having Izuku on that bus. They wanted to ask about his quirk and other things, but when they got to the door a woman in an astronaut suit received them. So you have arrived as you have been, Yasaka. Yasaka. Well, years don't pass for you, right? 13, you're a little crazy, you knew that dressing like that makes you less attractive. 13. Ha, I don't want to show off, you know that better than anyone, class 1 will be the first to enter my game room, haha, so to speak. Upon entering, you can see several places and areas to train. Narrator. But at that moment a seal appears in the middle of the enclosure and 3 people come out of it and the Grimoire knew who they were, this terrified them. Rias. It's not true, those are Ulquiorra, Grimjo and Neutra, but those are Rizvan's lackeys. Yasaka. Are those perhaps Rizvan's most powerful lackeys? We'll have to stop them however we can. Without a say, we're screwed. To all the students who have sacred gears, prepare yourselves. Ulquiorra. I see that the young man we came to kill is not here, this becomes problematic. Without him our mission will have to wait. Grimjo. Wow, look at those women, they look succulent, but first we have to have fun. Neutra. Hahaha, let's see we can have fun. Ulquiorra. Ulquiorra. Do what you want, just leave the strongest alive, save the best for last. Grimjo. I ask the young ladies. Neutra. I ask the milfs. Haha, I'll have fun with them. Ulquiorra. Okay, let's start with the anti-portal seals. He put his hand on the ground and a black wave advanced so they won't be able to leave, hahaha. Grimjo. Let's get started, girls. Momo. Sisters, let's start balance breakers. At that moment some gems shone in her hands and a pillar came out to the sky. Let's see if you are more powerful than us. Damn balance breaker Alterus. A black armor came out of the black pillar. Ichako. Let's start sister balance breaker Storm. A powerful black armor with gold and a sword appeared on her body and hands. I have my sword Storm, we will not let them try to touch our companions. Toru. Let's see if they are rivals for my balance breaker Shield. A shield formed in front of her, an armor covered her body and stood in front of her sisters. Let's start, I will be the shield that defends our companions. Jiru. I know I don't have the best armor. Balance breaker Shell answered. At that moment, a white armor formed on his body, a huge sonic cannon was in his hands, a helmet with a blue crest covered his head, and his eyes shone yellow. Let's start demons. Mina. My sister is right, we will not give up, we will fight until the end. Balance breaker Celestia, a pink and black armor covered her body. Let's fight. Sai. It's true my sisters and my friends, I will defend with my life. Balance breaker Zero, a blue and white and black armor formed on her body. Kunu. I will not give up either, damn them trying to force their way into our school, this will cost them dearly. Dogs, shapeshifting, Kitsune, Nine Tails, Inferno. Sasha. I won't let them try to damage this school, especially if they're sent by Rizvan, damn balance breaker Calamity. Izaka. 13 I want you to protect the remaining students was clear. 13. Wait Yasaka, at that moment a dark mist began to flash around her body and a green crown formed on her head. That's it. Yasaka. Balance breaker 9-tailed fox rune. Listen. We will not sit idly by either. Strelizia, an imposing 20-meter machine, was erected on the site. Neutra. Wow, what incredible armor, let's see if they are up to the level of a high-class demon. These began to move and the first to attack were Yasaka and Kanu, one with his red-hot claws and Yasaka with her dark spheres that Neutra easily destroys with his great weapon and hits these. One crashed into a ship and the other with a building. That's all how easy Achako and her storm sword tried to harm him, but he destroyed his helmet, leaving the young woman with her face uncovered, and she skidded 12 meters before seeing her armor damaged. A sonic burst from Jiru's sonic cannon had no effect on him, and he moved with speed, hitting his stomach, causing it to crash into Achako, and they crashed into the stairs. All her sisters were destroyed and Toru's shield was split in half by the great weapon of this one, which moved with speed and brutally hit Momo's head, leaving it unconscious. The powerful balance breaker of Sasha could not against the weapon of the man in front of her, which fell to her knees, but when he was going to finish her off, a spear almost impales him. That was Alizin which attacked him, but this one crossed his armor, leaving her exposed. Finally one less when he was going to kill her. A hunch and then an explosion hit him squarely. What the hell, seeing the two women which he already had close, but he blocks them with great difficulty, but this one says at short range 0, opening his mouth and shooting at Alicia, who crashed against a wall and was unconscious. He with his hand caught the girl from the explosions and with a strong right hook he threw her to the ground and continued hitting her on the ground in front of the others who remain impassive, and these are the ones that can stop us. Haha, potatoes. Rias. Don't believe it, damn balance breaker ruin. Brimjo. Leave that brat Neutra with me, I'm coming for you, brat. Rias. Try it. They got into a sword battle and Rias summoned a rifle which floated next to her and fired to do more damage. I'm not going to lose, I practiced a lot to be at this level, I'm not going to give up. It doesn't matter if I lose a weapon. She began to concentrate magical power on the firearm and said Jake mate Grimjo could only cover himself from that attack. I did it. At that moment she was taken by the neck and crashed violently until her balance breaker broke and only she was left with many wounds. Kokomo, he did it. Grimjo. Pathetic, you are not even good for warming up. At that moment a spear almost impales him. That was a vampire. There is more. This one turned around and two swords, one with a blue glow and the other with a reddish black glow, almost cut him in half. Wow, I like this. Come on, try it, attack if you can. Neutra. Come on Grimjo, kill them. Two spears of light almost impaled him. They were two angel women, one fall. Enemy Gabriel. We won't let you keep hurting more of our friends, damn it. Ulquiorra. I can see that power. It will be incredible to see the sequiryute out of control if he sees his loved ones dead. He moved with speed and went against Yasaka, and when he was going to cross her, a pillar of red and blue light destroyed his weapon and tore off his arm. So he just arrived. Yasaka. That's Izuku. Izuku. Having messed with my harem will pay with his life, that's what the red and white emperor dragon swears to you in explosive mode. To be continued. Izuku. I won't forgive you. At that moment with speed together with everyone and put them in a safe place. Don't worry, I'll protect them. Ulquiorra Neutra Grimjo. Okay sequiryute, let's get started. Izuku. If one of you leaves, I'll spare your life just so you can tell your master that I'm going to destroy him with my women. No one gets involved, I'm going to kill you. A pillar of red and blue light rose to the sky and a god recognized that magical signature along with many others who went to that place. They will not pass from this day. The Wrath of the Dragon P2. In the previous chapter. Ulquiorra. I can see that power. It will be incredible to see the sequiryute out of control if he sees his loved ones dead. He moved with speed and went against Yasaka, and when he was going to cross her, a pillar of red and blue light destroyed his weapon and tore off his arm. So he just arrived. Yasaka. That's it. Izuku. Having messed with my harem will pay with his life, that the red and white emperor dragon swears to you in explosive mode. I will not forgive you. At that moment with speed together with all of them and put them in a safe place. Do not worry, I will protect them. Ulquiorra Neutra Grimjo. Well sequiryute, let's start. Izuku. If one of you leaves, I'll spare your life just so you can tell your master that I'm going to destroy him with my women. No one gets involved, I'm going to kill you. A pillar of red and blue light rose to the sky and a god recognized that magical signature along with many others who went to that place. They will not pass from this day. In the current chapter. Narrator. The battle began and the first to go were Grimjo and Neutra, who were grabbed by the neck and slammed into the ground and thrown to opposite sides with great force, but when he looked forward he saw Ulquiorra, who pointed with his fingers and created a black and green sphere and said. Ulquiorra. 0 The attack hit squarely, but with just one hand he was destroyed, surprising him. It's not true. A powerful right hook made him bounce off the ground and made the three reconsider he was on another level. The sequiryute of this time is much more powerful. Grimjo, Neutra transform in this form. We are nothing before good. It's time to show you our power. Bat Reincarnation second stage. In this form it will be more for you. Looking in front, Grimjo did not have his leg and Neutra was without his arms in the hands of the sequiryute as Neutra's weapon and that made him back away. It cannot be you. Who the hell are you? A crosscut made him spit blood falling to the ground, but seeing the sequiryute with eyes as green as emerald, with slow steps he approached this one who quickly gave a swipe, but this one took his arm and destroyed it and with a quick movement he voted it against. Several buildings that are in the background. This one took momentum and two red and green wings extended and he went quickly and fell gently to the ground, seeing Ulquiorra without an arm and his right wing was slowly destroyed. He regenerated and saw Izuku, who was standing with his arms crossed. Bastard, take this, 0 Obscurias, I don't think you'll survive. Smiling with singular madness, he didn't realize his stupidity. Izuku. You are a stupid Ulquiorra. At that moment Ulquiorra's smile was erased when he saw Izuku absorb his magical power and his attack and the green gem in his arm shone like a green sun rising to the sky. I am the one who will plunge the factions into despair. I am the one who destroys evil and loves goodness. I am the one who loves and protects, the one who will be a hero for all. I am justice, the sword and the shield that defends humanity. I, the bearer of the Red Emperor Dragon, I will be the reborn hero of a soul that was denied life and happiness. I am the Red Emperor Dragon. L Booster Dragon Emperor Red. Narrator. A young man with brown hair, eyes as red as the armor that covered him, his body covered by scales, two red wings and a tail were created on his hip, a symbol of the red dragon was on his chest, and he looked at Ulquiorra without showing a hint of hatred or revenge. Izuku Issei. I'll tell you one thing, Ulquiorra, this transformation allows me to access the memories of my carriers and their abilities and fights. Now I will show you my power. Flashback 5 years earlier. Grease Mount item fight between Hercules and Issei. Narrator. Two characters faced each other, one was the powerful Hercules and on the other side was Izuku with his booster gear. Hercules. Are you ready, Izuku? Izuku. Whenever you want. Narrator. The two began to move and ran at maximum speed, crashing Hercules' club and the red armor, the shock wave hitting the people gathered there. Hercules. Gale's rock is brutal. Izuku. I say the same about the Nemean Lion Club. Narrator. When they separated, high-speed blows were heard. Pieces of the red armor were dispersed by Hercules' blows. But Izuku did not give up and Drake regenerated his armor. Izuku. I haven't given up yet. Hercules with a war cry he launched himself and hit Hercules in the face, who stepped back from such a blow and he recovered quickly. Damn, I'm exposed. Hercules. Nemean Lion. The club became thorny and a lion roared loudly and it unleashed its attack on Izuku's body, crashing him against one of the walls of the Colosseum. Curse me. Narrator. Zeus and several gods watched in horror as Hercules passed. Zeus. Bring the phoenix tears now. Narrator. While in Izuku's mind he was in the red flames and a dragon along with Issei's soul were falling into a deep well. Issei. Wake up Izuku, we still have to show our power. Drake. Don't give up boy, you're the only one that along with Issei I can call brother. Izuku. That's right, go ahead. Drake. I am the one who will plunge the factions into despair. I am the one who destroys evil and loves goodness. I am the one who loves and protects. I will be a hero to all. I am justice, the sword and the shield that defends humanity. I, the bearer of the Red Emperor Dragon, will be the reborn hero of a soul that was denied life and happiness. I am the Red Emperor Dragon. L Booster Dragon Emperor Red. Narrator. From the dust came the red armor and the green gems went out and began to shatter before everyone's eyes, and Hercules' at that moment it shattered, and from it emerged a very different person. Looked like a dragon, but the face was a mix between Issei and Izuku. His power was so great that it overwhelmed the gods present there. It's incredible, right Freya? Freya. Yes, Athena is what we always wanted, he is the true hero we lost 50 years ago, I see it in those expressionless eyes. Zeus. Come on, show us the power that the Izuku and Issei fractions lost. Hercules. Well, aren't you happy, Izuku? Narrator. At that moment a green flash hit Hercules' chest and he fell to the ground with no signs of being conscious. No one in the Colosseum could believe it. The power of the sequiryute was brutal to the point of leaving his rival unconscious from afar. Tiamat saw this new night and that made her blush. Tiamat. I'm surprised that Drake looks so good after so long, it's time to pay a visit to the new sequiryute. Then flashback in the present. Narrator. Out of nowhere, Izuku caught Ulquiorra and with this he made him cross several buildings, crashing in front of everyone who saw someone from the past. That was Issei, who was now one with Izuku and Drake, who showed his power. He created gauntlets and said. Issei Izuku. Rock Booster Dragon. At that moment two propellants appeared in his elbows and he hit Ulquiorra hard. His lost and emotionless look only made Ulquiorra more terrified and with a blow he destroyed his arm and violently ripped off his black wings and horns on his head. You tried to hurt the most important people to me. He lifted him up and gave brutal blows to his head and then threw him into the air. Dragon Bishop Cannon. His wings transform into cannons that began to charge a lot of energy. Goodbye. The attack hit full on, beginning to destroy him. When the energy crashed against the wall it was destroyed and a large hole was created. Neutra and Grimjo saw Izuku's power. At that moment Neutra regenerated his body and attacked him, but at that moment Izuku turned around and under his hand. Neutra never noticed that movement. Izuku moved dodging, but at that moment he realized something. Right, you never realized that I had already attacked you. I'm just dodging a dead man. Neutra bastard, stop dodging, come on bastard, fight. Grimjo. It's not possible, he's a monster. Neutra, stay away from him, stupid. Narrator. At that moment Neutra saw Izuku, who split in two and fell to the ground, split in half. Neutra. How did I never realize about this? At that moment it began to burn before everyone's eyes. Grimjo. We can't face you, but we still won't give up. Master Rizovin will kill you. At that moment he created a magic circle underneath him and said, we'll see each other again. Sequiryute. He left and Izuku looked at that hole and said. Say Izuku. It's beautiful. Looking at the hole where the sunlight entered and smiled, a flash of green and red light blinded everyone and Izuku fell to the ground. Narrator. They all went with him and the armor disappeared. Seeing Izuku sleeping, when they looked behind them the doors opened and the three mats appeared together. Almight, who looked at Izuku sleeping surrounded by the females, who stopped and they all asked themselves a question: what did Rizovin of the Sequiryute want elsewhere? Rizovin was very angry with his creations, two of them were destroyed and Grimjo was badly damaged. Rizovin, damn Sequiryute, two of my creations eliminated and the third is useless, but I still haven't given up. I'll eliminate you, I swear, even if I have to kill all of them to achieve it. On the table I had all the photos of the young women and the UA teachers, all of them. We'll continue. Narrator. The fractions were angry. Rizovin had already moved his pieces, but as always the new Sequiryute had stopped him and Zeus was angry. Zeus. How dare Rizovin cause harm to our pillar? I swear to Olympus that I will tear him apart with my hands. While in his hands he had lightning bolts. Hercules. Calm down, father, we all want to do the same thing. Narrator. At that moment a woman gave off a brutal aura. That was Tiamat. Tiamat. That bastard Rizovin brought his toys, but my love did the unthinkable, he eliminated them all. Calm down, dragon, the adults are talking. Turning around, Tiamat saw Azura. I see that none of you put up a defense for the pillar of factions. I'm thinking of sending one of my Uraraka daughters to come here. Uraraka. Yes, father, I'm here. Azura. You will go to protect the Sequiryute. I need you to go to that school and protect him. Maybe you can bring the young man to our Vando. Zeus. Don't get ahead of yourself, I'll also send one of my daughters. Apollo, come here. Apollo. Yes, father. Zeus. I want you to protect Izuku. I hope you're happy now. Go, and if he's interested in you, bring him to Olympus. Apollo. Yes, dad. Tiamat. Wait, do you think I'm going to sit back and do nothing? Haha, stupid, so I'll create a clone of myself to fight for something that will be mine. She tore off a scale from her body and threw it to the ground, and from it a woman was created. Linnea, that will be your name. Linnea. My lady, I will do everything in my power to defend your partner. Auden. Okay, now we will be partial when our pillar is in danger, give us a warning. It was clear, women. All. God, Auden, let's start hunting. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.